Hey everybody, welcome to 20 Sides to Every Story. My name is Casey. Tonight we're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, working our way through the Dark Tower with the upcoming Original Adventures Reincarnated release by Goodman Games. And the party is currently located on a stairway. Tann has just popped back in from a short timeout that reality imposed due to messing around with an invisibility sphere, a potion of etherealness, boots of sneakiness, belt of gender changing, and I believe there was some other magics going on there as well, something to accelerate speed and possibly maybe some teleportation. And reality's like, no, you're going on break. So Tann spent the last hour or so kind of in a wishy-washy state, not quite in phase, not quite out. So let's do a little recap as to the things that were going on during that time. The first thing that I happen to remember happened was, I believe, Andry and possibly others noticed the activity of several of the jackals that were in the area. They were starting to drag some of the goblin corpses down from the north towards this area here. They didn't seem to want to allow that to happen, so the jackals were engaged with. Some shenanigans ensued, and then a fireball basically extincted the species. Does everybody wish to add to that? Any memorable moments? Good recap there. Okay. A little more exploring was done. The jackal lair was found up here to the north and west, and a staircase leading the wrong direction downward was found over here to the east. While that scouting was being done, the party noticed that in this room here were 3 hill giants playing some sort of game involving placards of some sort, gambling stacks of mud, and declaring that each other were cheaters and liars. Andry squeezed through that little opening, bumped up to giant size using the combination of belt and whatever rune that is that makes you bigger, Andry.
Giant's Might.
Giant's Might. Getting up to the, let's see, that'd be normal, large, huge size. And confronting the hill giant, sat down at the table, tried to join in the game, apparently either played poorly or incorrectly, got a little bit of a slap to the face, and turned around and started up some combat. Took a little bit of a throwdown situation. Stuff happened. People were hurt. And during the midst of that, what caused the party to do some of the exploring down here was a sound of a chime, a gong, a cymbal, some sort of ringing instrument approaching. And those that were doing the ringing, I think the party deduced, were some part of a ritual or a march, something along those lines. So towards the end of the fight, the doors opened, revealing Varus, the cleric that they had freed earlier, as well as 2 of the acolytes that they had seen up with Father Cornelius. That caused a darkness spell to be cast by the party. The acolytes and Varus retreated. The hill giants were dealt with. And somewhere in that mix, I believe Blitz had a bit of a revelation that some of the higher level arcane energies could be channeled into a normally lower level healing spell, allowing Andry to be restored. So, good news is nobody died, but it was a little iffy for a while there. The party then kind of ducked their head around the corner. They can see that down that southern hallway, a ways to the east, there was a large pool of water, but of more interest to them, the double doors opened to a stairway heading up. As they were making their exploration towards that kind of watery pool, they heard people approaching. They returned to the stairs to see Mirth and 2 of the constabulary coming down the stairs. A battle was engaged. Teleportation, invisibility, giant size, and other shenanigans took out Mirth despite his speedy number of attacks. As Mirth fell, Andry, in a bit of rage, moment of spite, cheerful playfulness, I'm not exactly sure, hoisted Mirth into the air and lobbed him towards what appeared to be a crowd of soldiers at the top of the stairs. As that body arced through the air, Dahrian noticed some very shiny rings, I think, on Mirth's form. When Mirth's body hit the soldiers, it was revealed that those soldiers were all undead, many of them zombies, some of them skeletal, and they were more than happy to deal with the body of Mirth. Mirth was torn to shreds and consumed. Well, I say was consumed, is being consumed actively right now, because that's where we're going to come back to the party. Mirth being torn to shreds up there, scarfed down and frequently falling out to the ground because, skeletons have no bellies. Andry's stalling on the stairs. Tann gives a little boop, 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 and is now in with us once more. Party, feel free to talk amongst yourselves or decide what to do. At the moment, that horde is still up there, some 40, 50 feet in that direction towards the limits of some of your visions, unless you've got those night eyes engaged. Dahrian, are we on extended vision at the moment? I forget.
My vision is always at 300.
Okay, so you can definitely see what's going on up there. Others maybe not, depending on where you're at. And so, what are we doing?
If it's still going, I don't think it probably at this point has much longer.
Gotcha.
So
we'll give it to you for the moment. And what's going on now?
Oh shit, I thought that was his men.
Well, turns out not to be, but we are in a prime opportunity to deal with the problem, as he says, as he's invisible at the current point in time. Dahrian, you said you were an expert in the undead, no?
I wouldn't say expert, but I do have some knowledge, yes.
Do you have any special ways or capabilities of dealing with them?
Are we looking at going up?
Well, if we take them out now, we won't have to do it later.
All right, I say follow me. And can I tell how high the ceiling is in the area where these creatures are?
Sure, let's flip maps, and then I've got a little bit of resizing to do as we are on a slightly differently sized map here. One moment. As you make your way up the stairway, you can see the ceiling height in the stairway is not huge. It's maybe only 10 feet or so from stairs to ceiling. That next room, though, it does open up a bit taller. You have probably 15 feet between floor and ceiling.
Okay.
If you like, I'm still in my current form. I've been told I'm quite annoying, so perhaps if I lure them away from you for a second, you can sneak up on behind them and then do your thing.
Very good. I will go ahead and do my steps of the night.
Okay.
So I kind of float off the ground and begin slowly moving towards the creatures up the stairs, allowing my companions to follow or move ahead if they're invisible.
Sounds good. And you should all be able to see your characters. Please click into them and make sure you do have control. And then sort yourselves out in the order that you would wish to be. Down is off to the west, up is to the east, and I think you can see a portion of that horde beyond.
Scroll in. Okay. Any of them appear to have ranged weapons or anything?
So as you give a quick look over them, Dahrian, how about a perception check? And as you do so, good news, the Todd 66 favors you all. A reroll has been redeemed for all the players. There are 5 in the pot. Thank you very much, the Todd.
Thank you, the Todd.
I feel a little bad thanking the Todd, though. I feel like there's a movie reference that's just on the edge of my memory right now. Dahrian, with a 19, looking over the mass of skeletons, you can see that several of them are armed, and a few of them are even armored. There's some plate scattered about in there. But maybe more disquieting, that front rank looks fairly fresh. They have not been dead all that long, and perhaps a little worse, you recognize 4 of them. They were members of that caravan that you accompanied.
Oh no.
You know, it was kind of weird how they said they just sent him out of town after he threw hands. That's why he threw hands. He knew. He knew they were messed up. He knew before we did. Clever man.
Well, he could have told us.
Well, he's dead. He's probably amongst them right now, so it's a little bit difficult.
Is it time to charge?
Charge on my mark. Let me go first.
Yeah, I
And
can
with
go
that,
first if you want. I mean,
well, sure. What I'm going to do is not going to affect you. I'm going to attempt to destroy as many of these as I can, and we'll use weapons to lay to rest the rest.
All I got is my fists. Will they do?
Those, from what I've seen, those will do just nicely.
They're the deadliest weapons.
Mitra's given me her fists.
Those do
Shall we
pretty
go?
good. So, am I hearing that there's something coming up from Dahrian that's a, effect that might affect undead in some sort of turning fashion?
Correct.
Okay.
Uh,
What is my
flying?
good?
Flying.
Mhm.
I want to fly pretty much my movement. I'll get as far as I can straight ahead, and be up towards the ceiling and pull my holy symbol out and attempt to destroy as many as I can, or
All right.
turn as many as I can.
So Dahrian takes off, sort of flying forward. It takes a moment to get the symbol out, and really get in the mood. While that's happening, where is everyone else positioned? I did hear perhaps someone was doing a little distracting.
Tahir was full on just invisible, gonna be running forward,
Okay.
trying to clutch them together. Like, hello, I am the invisible man, and you can't hit me because I'm invisible. And you can't see me, but you're dumb. Like, rambling as he's invisible to say, huh?
Sure.
Who's that?
All right. Tann, Blitz, Andry, what are you up to?
I might scoot ahead to be kind of put myself in a safe proximity to others and prepare my cast or prepare whatever needs to be done. Cast Ashlandian's Stride, however you pronounce that. Do I have enough sorcerer points to give it my flavor, my electricity flavor? I think I do. I do. All right, and I'm gonna be all zappy.
All right. And let's see, who haven't I heard? Blitz, Andry?
Yeah.
I think Andry's going to charge forward.
Okay. Blitz and Bowser?
Blitz is preparing a little a web to see, but he's gonna see how the cleric's thing goes first.
Sounds good. So as all of these things start to happen,
And he'll send Bowser ahead with Andry.
okay, Andre's bounding along. As all this starts to happen, there's a moment. It's only a heartbeat or two, definitely yours, not theirs, where the zombies, the skeletons, are all sort of like just tracking expectantly from one to the next of you. You see all their heads move in turn as they pan from one to the other to the other to the other, and as they get to the end, whatever it is that they were looking for, they don't seem to have found, because it goes from being just like a head turn to a whole body movement as just the wave of them starts to move towards. But then Dahrian does something that Dahrian does. And Dahrian, how many saving throws do I have to roll, and what number am I trying to get?
Okay. Let me make sure. Turn undead. I
Mhm.
present my holy symbol. Speak a prayer censuring the undead. Each creature that can see or hear me within 30 feet. Wisdom saving throw. Uh, yeah. Well, then the effects of turn. I don't know what level or what CR these things are, but I destroy. I think CR1 and below.
Sounds good.
So I will do this. I will move. Flying, I would get to here.
You got it. So you are right in the midst, and you trigger. And what was my DC again?
What is the DC on that? I would guess.
I believe it is your spellcasting
DC
DC.
equals cleric spell save DC, so that is 15, I believe.
Okay.
15 wisdom save.
You
Yep.
got it. So 16s or highers in this pile will result in me doing some counting. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of them remain. The rest goes
Wow.
wash. And so, one moment, please.
Some good rolling there.
You know, what I see here is I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 critical hits that didn't happen. So, a little sad. But, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think I did it right. Nope, missing one. You go there. And with that, and you come down here, and you can be on the turn order. Let's go ahead and bring up the turn order. Let's clear it and ask everybody to go ahead, click their tokens, roll us some initiative as we still have some undead to deal with, but they are super slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, missing a person. Who haven't I got? Dahrian didn't land on the turn order yet.
I rolled a 12. I must not have clicked my guy.
No problem. And that will bring us to Tahir. Dahrian is floating above. Many have just fallen down, but about 15 remain among them, the fresher-looking ones. What are you up to?
As the wizard, I'm gonna go there.
I mean, that's the
And-
best place for a wizard.
Yep. Invisible, still blade singing. 2 stabs towards this guy right here. First one, green flame blade. 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
For that much piercing.
For that much
And
piercing.
this much fire.
And that much fire. That
and
is
then this zombie right here
way more than that
will
zombie.
take that much fire damage.
Wait. How much fire damage?
12. From the flame that hops from my attack to the next person. 1d8 plus 4.
Oh, wow.
I rolled really good.
You sure did. Still standing, though.
I got one more attack. Invisible. 24.
That is going to hit.
For 7.
Not quite enough. Still standing. To hear
That's
anything
it.
else. Got it. Blitz. What do we got?
Let's just reconsider this action. Gonna go up in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and just throw saw blade a couple times. Because I think we got this. Aim at the first 2 Or this one.
You got it.
Oh, miss.
No.
And then it comes
Hit.
flying back, catch it, and throw it again.
10 will hit. And a 22 will also hit. So give me 2 damages on that.
Nice.
10 still standing. Give me another damage roll.
See, the 10 hits too.
10 hits too.
Oh, there we go.
Fresh and juicy, but not well armored.
Yeah. It's a 16 slashing then to this guy.
Still standing.
And then those are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He'll just be there.
Got it. Dahrian, amidst the pile, they're all sort of looking up at you.
I will fly down, land here,
Okay.
and attack this one.
Sure can. Oh, that's going to hit.
So
5, 9, 12, 20. Enough. Done. Dahrian, anything else?
I'll just hold my ground at this point.
Got
I
it.
suppose. Let me see. Do I have this spell? Let me see. Nope, I don't have what I was looking for. So that's it.
You got it. As the party starts to pile into the room, they can see that there is a short passageway leading to a curtain to the north. There is a longer passageway leading to a door to the west. And Andry, what are you doing?
I will run forward. Each square's 10, right?
Each square is 5. Map should be accurately sized. I mean, each square at your size is 10 because you're ginormous, but
Yeah. Do I have reach?
not to my knowledge.
Okay, I didn't think so. Okay. Well, I guess I will use my action to dash one more.
You got it. Sometimes you're just out of reach. Andry, anything else for you?
Don't think so.
All right, Tann, what are we doing?
Alright, I'm gonna scoodly doo over here. And I'm a little off. Maybe I should go. Is there more to this room, or is this the entire room?
That's the entire room.
That's the entire room? Okay. Maybe.
Is
It's
it
fine.
not enough of a room to you?
It's
I mean,
more than enough.
the
It's
corridor
fine.
that you've entered spilled into a massive hall, 30 feet wide, 60 feet long, arched ceiling at the top, roughly 20 feet ahead at the middle.
I expect more from Set. No, I'm just kidding.
Ranks of undead.
I would like to cast lightning bolt.
Lightning. Whoa.
Yeah, I have that still. So I wasn't here, so I have all my stuff.
Kind of like that.
If you don't mind, I can stand there if that makes more
Nope,
sense.
nope, that's totally fine. Lightning bolt is 5 foot wide, 10 foot wide. How big are they?
Display on VTT.
BTT.
I think
I think it's
I
5.
think it's 5 feet. Yeah.
100 feet long, 5 feet wide. So I'm gonna say you're gonna have to miss 2 of them.
I'm fine with that.
But otherwise, bzzt time.
Bzzt.
Could I see a really big dice roll so I don't have to roll a lot of saving throws?
Yeah, absolutely. Lightning bolt. Make sure I click the right one. It's that one, and it's a 15 dexterity saving throw.
38 divided by 2 is 19. So even if they pass, you did, you did, you did, you did, you did, dead? You dead? You dead? You dead?
Oh.
You dead?
Oh.
Wow.
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Yeah. Oh,
So
shocking.
you just like all of them that you hit are just like woof.
That was really cool, man.
Let's hear
From
it
the
for
north.
Corporeal Tann.
I am
Corporeal
corporeal.
Tann. Corporeal Tann, anything else?
No, I think that's it. Where is Tahir, man? Like, I hear him, but I don't see him.
Speaking of Tahir, they don't see him either. So they head towards the lightning casting mage while the other one turns around and swings at the
Uh-oh.
turning cleric. So we got a short sword coming at Dahrian first. Dahrian short sword 20.
That is a miss.
That is a miss. Crazy high AC on you all. Tann, you got 2 short swords coming in. Number 1,
Uh-huh.
a miss.
Yeah.
And then number 2,
Miss.
I think a miss. Tahir, what do we got?
Step, step, step. Tann, watch it. I was standing right there, dude.
Ah, where are you?
Right here. Green flame blade.
Green Flame Blade hits.
7 piercing and
Uh,
6 fire to
which one
this
are we aiming
guy.
for? 7 piercing, 6 fire equals not quite enough. Still standing at the moment.
Fire jumps to this jabroni right here.
All right.
He takes 11 points of fire.
Can't handle that. Falls.
Sword again.
Sword again.
2 attacks. 24.
24 is a hit.
9.
9. Oh, still standing.
Damn it. That's it.
That's it. Blitz, over to you.
Alright, saw blades again. That's
Saw
this one.
blades.
They're free. Oh, 15.
15's a hit.
Macro
Let's see at least 2 points of damage. That's more than 2.
7.
We
Yeah.
have one feller
There's
still
friend over there.
standing.
Nice.
13 will miss on this one.
Oh.
Nope. The
All
metal
right,
this
then
one is
pup.
wearing is a little bit better than others.
30. Yeah. Bowser, give him a little rend.
Oh.
Action.
Force rend.
And
16 will miss.
alright, that's that.
Dahrian.
Mm. Just cause I'm going to
Just
move down here
Yeah.
and I am going to use my attack to try and knock this thing backwards to give Andry the final. I
Shove-
figure he will be very upset if he comes in here and doesn't at least get a rend one of these things. So
Alright.
I will do an athletics check.
Athletics check. They're posting up a 8. Give me better than an 8. 10 is better than an 8. So you give a little boomf. Set him up, Andry.
Yeah, I'll move him backwards 5 feet from me.
You got it.
So he's all yours, Andry.
Oh, thanks. Move over here.
Yep.
And I believe I have an advantage because he's on the ground. Is he prone?
No, I just shoved him back, so you could reach him easily.
An 11 won't do it. There are 5-player rerolls.
Take one.
No.
Go for it.
No, I
Come
got a second
on.
attack. It's fine.
That's
12,
it.
12 won't do it either.
Reroll. Reroll it.
Reroll.
Do it. It's
I'm not
okay.
going to waste a reroll.
Andry, anything else?
I will grapple him.
Alright, grapple the Skeleotone. Posts up an 11. A 19's better than 11. He is grappled. Tann? Go ahead.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, yep.
Tann with... I don't know if they could take reactions, but I'll try to help make sure none happen. He's gonna go over and, or at least I think that's what this does. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, so he's gonna go over and just kind of give the zombie a little boop on the forehead. Try not to get too close to the
Is that a
gnashing teeth.
shocking grasp? Boop.
Yeah, shocking grasp.
I believe that does get advantage because this one is one in the metal plate.
Oh. So it does. I never realized it did that. That is news to me.
Is this Infidel Bane?
It is not. It is not. But 20 will hit.
Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Grasp.
And 15 points is enough. Balls.
I didn't think that would actually hit. I'm sorry.
So as a you do look around, Blitz calling out, is Morum Infidel Bane here? No, not among those you can see, at least those with enough flesh left on them to be identified. The ones wearing the heavier armor, the plate that looked functional, had degraded to skeletal forms, likely not members of the caravan. The ones up front looked like those who were some of the haulers, some of the wagoneers, very, very lightly armored. So unfortunately, likely the first to have died as the caravan was taken, and the wounds that you see on them reflect that. You can see where mace strikes, sword strikes, even after the lightning and the fire and the pummeling and the explosion and the destruction that you've inflicted are there. Now, it has gone a bit quiet in the room, at least I think it has. That depends on a die roll that I will ask a fateful die roll. Could I have 1d100? You would prefer not to see numbers 1 through 10 for whoever rolls.
I rolled poorly last time, so somebody else.
Andry slips in there and gets over the bar with a 15.
Oh, good.
It is
Nice.
fairly silent at the moment. There's still the sounds of, the dungeon and that sort of thing, but nothing obvious at the moment. To the west, hallway leads down to a doorway. To the north, kind of a curtain hung between you and whatever is beyond. As everything kind of settles down for the moment. Where's Mirth? Little Mirth over there, little Mirth over there, little Mirth over there. Speaking of that, could I have who's doing what as you sort of start looking through? What skills are being deployed to find Mirth's fingers and the rings that they likely had on them, as well as other equipment? I'm thinking probably a perception-y, investigation-y sort of thing. But other things could be deployed. What's the party doing here?
Could I help with people? Because
Sure.
I'm not very perceptive or investigative, apparently.
Yeah, I'll do a search around for Mirth's ring hands.
Sure.
His ring hand or ring finger or something.
Blitz will illuminate the area and give him a little 1d4 on it.
You got it.
His eyes are glowing like.
Let's go ahead and
Here
see.
in the meantime,
Yeah.
we'll investigate the room
All right.
if anything stands out.
Dahrian, at a 12, you have advantage because Tann is helping, so give me a roll on that if that wasn't advantaged.
Okay, that was not.
And then we get a d4 on that one. Oh, the 24 is much better. Go ahead and hit me up with the d4. Makes it a 25. Got in there first.
Ooh.
That's all right. And then Tahir, if I could get perception or investigation, your choice, as you hunt around the room.
Investigation. Wah. We have all
Reroll.
these fancy rerolls that are in the pile.
You
I will
do.
happily take my
Reroll.
one reroll.
All right.
And use that in this circumstance. That's much better.
That
Nice.
is a bit stronger. So a couple of things are discovered. The first is you do manage to reassemble most of Mirth, at least enough to identify the gear that he had on him. Two rings that look rather fancy, one of which you identified by the effect and by the engraving style on it as a ring of speed or ring of haste. You'll need an identify to get the exact details. The other one looks similarly fancy and potentially magical, though it's not so obvious what it might do. Along with that, he happens to be wearing some rather fancy plate armor and a nice shield, neither of which strike you immediately as magical, but they're fairly nice. Human-sized plate. And a long sword, a couple of javelins, and some coinage. But that's a little hard to tell whether that coinage was from Mirth specifically or from the many, many, many bodies that have just hit the floor. Among those bodies, quite a number of short swords, a couple of great swords, a few other suits of kinda plate armor. Those would be harder to put together into a human wearable form now, as they've been tightened and kind of beat to fit on the skeletal forms that you see there. Along with that, Tahir, you've discovered that wall over there to the east, that's not so much a wall as it is an illusion. You kind of whoop your hand through it, and then you're like, maybe we'll take a second before we put our head through that. Or do we?
I mean, it is just right here.
It is
if we're
right
being,
there.
and that's my goal as a transporter, is to go places,
It is.
True that.
With the remaining 2 seconds he's invisible, it's just like, ooh,
Whoop, whoop.
he'll peek his head through.
Okay. You peek your head through, and as you peek your head through, you see a small room, maybe 15 feet long, 10 feet wide, and at the north end of it, there is a bit of a statue, a small red, kind of ruddy-colored statue, about 2 foot high. The area you're in is an antechamber, kind of an entryway of some sort. It's obviously not the destination. It's just kind of the spot you're in before you get where you're going. But that little statue there is, kind of cute and red and ruddy. Looks like a little tiny, not a dwarf, not a halfling, but a tiny humanoid shape. It's not quite right for any of the heritages that you're familiar with. And then you pull your head back, and you kind of, as you're bringing your head back, you get a little waft coming along after you, sort of a sulfury kind of smell. Behind the statue, there was a kind of foggy wall there.
I may have, as he now appears in his visage over the corner, I think I found a secret room. Also, something that smells absolutely dreadful. I don't think it's undead though. It's a weird looking thing. I'm just I'm like a tiny dude is the best way I can describe it. I only looked for a couple seconds because sometimes saw blades tend to come down when you're looking through things and take your head off. It's a horrible experience that happened to my cousin once. We don't want to talk about that event, but it's all right, and I didn't get blown up, disintegrated, or decapitated, so that's good. I'll just wait right here until you guys are all set.
Let's ask, is it a halfling? As he's ripping pieces of Mirth out of that armor because he's gonna try to put that on.
No, it doesn't have the right ears.
Huh. Sounds interesting.
I know.
Should we end up going that way, or?
I mean,
would it be? Did it? Do you have the ability to do detect magic
Give me 10 minutes. I can. I didn't prepare it, but it's in my book.
That might be a good idea.
But before we do anything too drastic, how is everyone feeling? I mean, the last couple of fights now definitely have taken a lot out of me in terms of magical capabilities. But
Yeah.
you know, you all had it a lot worse than I ever did. So
I'm. I mean, I still have spells. I don't. I am, partially wounded here.
I could use a recharge.
Good either way.
well, I mean, there is a secret room here that's behind an invisible wall with the weird 2-foot tall statue of gnome dwarf halfling thing with a misty fog behind it or something. It could be a good place to hunker down for a little bit, but
Uh-huh.
Andry might have to take off the belt.
Okay, I will take off the belt.
Rosie.
Whoop, 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 whoop,
Yeah,
whoop, whoop,
I
whoop.
don't think that that's too bad of an idea. But I would say we move into the room and clear it out of any dangers. If this little dude is a problem, we will have to deal with him.
Oh, sure, absolutely. I mean, as I said, I can go first because I'm still readily hardy in a sense, and only one of us needs to get killed. It's good if I do it.
Why is it good if you don't? You guys are all really good at killing things. I'll go first.
No, big guy. We already made you go first plenty enough, and he's gone.
There he goes.
So, Andry,
And
you're
there he
basically
goes.
walking towards a wall on the instruction of your friends. Like, do you even put your hands out, or do you just, like, lead with your nose?
Nope, just walk right in.
Alright, you just stroll right through this, what could be a wall, but nope, and in you go. It's a small room, as we described, off to your left and kind of in front of this kind of billowy, foggy, archway is this little statue. It looks like someone described a human to someone else, and they only had, roughly 100 pounds of reddish clay to work with, so they ended up with like a 2-foot tall, squat little, statue thing that smells pretty strongly of sulfur.
I'll put my hand on its head and say, "Hey,
Sure.
little guy."
As you're like reaching
Where
out
does this
towards
go?
it, a voice rings out from the statue. It says, "If the room beyond you wish to see, then lay on hands and pass by me." The rest of you out in the
Okay.
other room hear a kind of chipper voice speaking that little poem. Didn't sound like Andry's voice.
That didn't sound like Andry's voice.
Is everything okay in there? I holler out.
Yeah, it says that I have to touch him and then I can go to the next room.
Perhaps we should wait on that. Did you already do it?
I mean, like, his hand was like...
Lay on hands. Dahrian, you have paladins in your order, no? Don't you have that capability? Are you
I do
one of
not
them?
have that capability. No.
Alright, so it's not directly meaning that, maybe. I don't know. Unless it is. Is anyone secretly a champion of a god in disguise? Speak now. Blitz?
I will
Blitz?
hold my
Blitz?
peace.
Possibly.
Bowser's like,
What?
Oh.
What?
Bowser, who are you affiliated
Leon,
with?
Leon Paz?
What if it means like healing? Because doesn't lay on hands mean healing? So maybe what if you did some healing to the statue?
Well, lay on hands is very specific.
Or what
Unless
if we
they were
all...
just more, unless they were just
What
more
if-
formal.
What if it's like we take a nap with its hands that are outstretched, be like cradle like a baby, so we're laying on his hands, and then we can go by it. I don't even see what the statue looks like. I'm gonna step into the room now.
Sure.
I
You step
follow.
into the room. Now, Tann, I did notice a little, like, were you petting the statue, or is that just an error?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just pet-
So
the
Tann
statue.
moves in. Like, I think Andre's already got, like, a hand on top of the statue from earlier and is just maybe, like, froze there. Tann walks in and just kind of pets it. You look at your hand. You give a little sniff. It smells of... It came away sulfur on your hand. Like, it's not a good... It's on you now, and it's gonna be for a while. But other than that, it felt like a statue. It didn't.
Prestidigitation.
And yeah, so a little squat statue of a humanoid-ish figure out of kind of a reddish clay, and
Huh.
Tann has touched it. It didn't like melt or rub off, but that sulfur smell is stronger now.
Ew.
As more of you come in, that the saying happens again. If the room beyond you wish to see, then lay on hands and pass by me.
So you guys don't think I could just touch it and walk by?
It could exactly
might-
what it means.
Yeah, I mean, I
Perhaps we want to
Only
wait a
one
little
way
bit.
to find out.
Andry, wait! And he was like, little weak, limp wizard arms, gonna just grab him by the belt. Like, no, stop it! Blitz said he's so tired. I mean, if Blitz says he's tired, now we know we're in trouble.
yeah.
Because he doesn't even feel things.
But we have you three, and you guys are so good at killing stuff.
Andry.
Only certain things.
If no one stopped him, Blitz is wearing that armor now.
Yep, Blitz is now can be wearing plate armor. Sure.
Nice.
Nice.
Andry, be honest with you, I'm actually really tired myself. Just don't tell the others. I don't want them to get embarrassed.
Oh. Okay. I'm pretty sore. How about we take a little break?
I'm down for that.
That sounds good. I mean, this room does seem a little small. Can we all fit in here, or?
I mean, as long as you're all kind of okay with being cozy, there's enough room for you all to just like squeeze in there and have a spot to lean up against the walls. Ballinger will take the spot by the statue, so it doesn't really need to lean on anything. And I don't know if Blitz even ever sits down. Do you even bother sitting, Blitz? Or are you just like Tin Manning it the whole time?
Picture him sitting down like cross-legged, Indian style, working on whatever he's working on.
Okay. Yeah. So you all kind of cram your way into the room. It triggers the saying once or twice more, but then that sort of settles down as you're all kind of crammed in there. That foggy archway, just a little bit over there. How much time are we spending sitting here, would you say?
Well, the book comes out and starts to ritually cast Tiny Hut
Oh,
for extra security.
extra security.
Are we looking at doing an hour? Or,
So let me ask a question about Tiny Hut. What's the size on Tiny Hut?
Fairly decent.
90.
Let me.
No, what's the...
I think it's 10.
A 10-foot sphere.
A 10-foot sphere. You can just get it in here, but you're going to have to leave the statue inside the sphere, or it's going to, cut the statue kind of in half there. And with the statue inside the sphere, even though, the tiny hut lets you keep it reasonably pleasant, it just, that sulfur smell just starts kind of building. It's a little eggy in here. But, other than that, you can try and let some time pass. Now, for time to pass, I do get to ask for 2 fateful D6s. A 1 on either of these fateful D6s would mean a short rest does not happen before something else happens. Could I have fateful D6 number 1, please? Avoiding a 1 here is the goal. No rerolls.
Who wants to do it?
A 6 avoids the 1 easily. 30 minutes pass. A 5, 30 minutes more. An hour passes. You may take the benefits of a short rest.
In the meantime, I like to after I cast Tiny Hut, grab the rings and start identifying.
Sure. Identify is a 10-minute cast? No. Yes. 1 hour
10
cast.
plus 1.
10 plus 1. 10 minutes later, you find that one of the rings is a ring of speed. It will allow you to invoke haste upon yourself, requires attunement. At the end of the haste effect, you will be unable to move at all for 1 round and take 1 level of exhaustion. I'll get you the details on that. The other ring is a ring of spell turning, making it much harder for the wearer to be affected by spells.
I think.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
Nope, no problem at all. The plate, nice and fancy, but unfortunately not.
Magical yet.
Not magical yet. Good point. Artificer.
Well, for starters, this really nice ring that he used to make 5 attacks on somebody was pretty rough. Very good. However, you get very tired at the end of it. Anyone can use it. Pretty much good for almost anyone here. And he'll put that down. Other ring, good to make you not be affected by spells as much. I recommend this to someone who's going to be more up close and personal to, probably be one maybe targeted with, spells more often. Primarily Dahrian, Andry, or Blitz. And we'll set that down. Well, do you have any opinions?
Practically, it would seem those would both benefit Andry. Because he's big and strong, and he can also be fast. And
Absolutely.
any caster who sees him will most certainly target him.
It seems to be a running trend. Andry?
I do get hit a lot.
You sure do, big guy. And we love you for it.
I will take the ring of spell turning, but I think somebody else could use the ring of speed. Plus, I don't like the after effect.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Perhaps you, Tahir.
The spell turning ring or the ring of speed?
The speed ring.
I would say yes, such an item like as this, but I already have the capability to do this myself within my spell list. Perhaps, and then he starts signing it over to Tann. You would make use of this pretty well.
Giving me a ring? So soon?
Aww.
You bet
Aw.
your buns I am.
Little goat tail waggles.
I mean, TNT can't be anything without something to bind it together, and what better than a ring?
If I'll accept the ring if it doesn't apply to anyone else, if no one else has a use for it.
Do you like to go fast?
I like going fast.
Gotta go fast.
I like to go fast.
Just
Like
remember
supersonic.
this will make you pretty tired at the end of it. Just don't do it too
Okay.
much. It may kill you.
Oh, sounds exciting. Let's do it. Swipes up the ring.
All right. Rings attached. An extra, 10, 15 minutes are added on to the rest so the attunement can finish up, if you do wish to do your attunements. And so we find ourselves a little more rested. Outside, the zombies continue to fall to pieces. To the north, foggy wall. little red statue giving off that sulfury smell. Everybody, please make sure if you did recover your hit points, whatever that cook feat is, I think it's an extra 1 or 2 that you give per hit die spent.
1. Yep, an extra 1 per hit die.
You got it. So any hit dice rolled, please make sure you take the most advantage from it you can. And so, now what are we doing?
Well, I think it's good we establish a game plan going forward. As tempting as that lovely statue of that wonderful person is, the last time we went into a misty fog beyond something that we didn't know we got put here, let's not do that again. So perhaps, either if you're up for it, we can just stay here, rest up for however much longer we need. I only need about half the time typically needed. Same thing with Blitz over here, but the rest of you are a little more sleep deprived. Or we could continue searching this floor and see if we can find a way out. Highly unlikely without some sort of confrontation. It appears that everyone in this town wants to kill us.
I've noticed that too. We also have all these belts that we could, like, I don't, if we went through this
the
mist,
belts.
are we going to be able to come back?
I don't know.
Should we turn the belts in first? We did say
Dead wearing belts too.
There are a number of belts out there as well. You can increase your belt supply to about another 20.
Maybe our giant friend would be willing to help us out and keep an eye out for any trouble too.
Sounds good.
Since we're helping him with his belt dilemma.
I'm fine with this. If we want to send it back towards our good old friend, I will know his name once I remember it. And then we can have a proper rest there.
That's
Everyone's good for now, correct?
I have half my spell slots and half my magic points.
In terms of magical capabilities, I'm no better than an apprentice magician, so keep that in mind.
Do we?
Yeah, that's good.
Do we try and find? Oh, because we went back up. Do we try and find? At this point, at least before we go back down to take this the belts, should we try and at least locate maybe someplace here where we recognize to be able to get out? Things we found this place, or do we want to just go back down and?
I'm fine with continuing forward, but as I've said, I won't be as bold as I've been. I've lost that capability for now. And then he pulls out the big old heavy crossbow, sets it down. I'm still good with this. Just call me the Ranger.
This ring that you gave to Andry, you said was a ring of spell turning?
Yes.
Is that right?
Apparently it's extremely good. I mean, if for some reason someone were to say, try to disintegrate Andry, and he was like, said no in a very hearty sense, he could disintegrate the person who casted him on it. And I find that absolutely bonkers.
Is it always active? What if I went to heal Andry myself?
I think it requires a saving throw, if that's what you're asking about.
Okay.
Like, say if I were to try to fireball him, and he just said no really good, it would be a lot more difficult for that.
Okay.
You missed a detail.
Yeah, it doesn't do that.
Has no effect and instead targets the caster using the spell slot.
Only you.
Only you. Oh, yes. If I only target Andry with a fireball and no one else in that area, then it works. If I just said Andry, I want you dead. Fireball. There we go.
If you cast it directly into his open mouth. But no, unfortunately, any area effect spell bypasses it. But singularly target spells, yes, there's a chance it could bounce.
Very useful item.
Okay. Very good. Well, should we all touch this little guy and see what happens? It actually, he's inside this. Yes.
I mean, he's right there.
He's just been sitting there the whole time, just like staring at you. Actually, just kind of staring straight ahead. He's only staring at you if you stare at him. But I mean, it doesn't even have like the inverted face look that it like looks around at you. It's just staring there, staring at the wall the whole time, looking lonely.
Okay.
I drape his old splint armor he just replaced over that thing. Dress it up.
I believe how Leomund's works is spell effects can't go out or in, right?
Correct.
Yes.
So it's kind of like a little wall of force or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make the suggestion that that Tahir, you're the first one to touch this statue, that everybody else get outside in case the thing, say, like, blows up. I mean, that it would be contained.
Well, now that you put that, yes, it will definitely be absolutely. It will definitely be contained in here inside the dome with me. You are absolutely correct in that.
Good luck, Tahir.
It's a very logical plan.
I'm just saying, there's no sense for all of us to die or anything to go wrong, right? I mean,
yeah, absolutely. I can do this.
Okay.
We cannot argue with the math.
Dahrian, no, you are a very smart man.
Yeah, if you don't feel comfortable,
go for I'm fine. I am more than capable of handling some little statue of a small boy.
Okay. All right.
Oh, if I wasn't clear, when you did your detect magic and your identifies, that statue is obviously magical. Yes. It talking. Kind of a ringer.
Right.
I can tell you though, when you pet the statue, nothing happens. It just kind of, it doesn't appreciate that kind of lay on hands. It makes your hands stinky too.
Do I just hold its hands and walk behind it? Here's what I'm gonna do. If you see the dome disappear, and he like snaps his fingers and makes it more like it's a dome there. If you see this lovely colored dome disappear, it's because I held my hand and walked right by it. As an expert in teleportation and already have done plenty of experience with this stuff, it's probably going to put me somewhere I don't want to be. So we could be going even further down. We could go into like level 7, and there's level 7 on this place. That would be absolutely ridiculous. But hey, if we want to go through this, sure, I can do it.
I'm confused. I thought we were turning the belts in first.
I thought so too.
Yes.
If we want to do that, that's fine. I was just thinking if we were already up here.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
If we go through there, we might not be able to come back. And we said that we'd bring him some belts.
That's true. That is true.
Well, this room isn't going anywhere anytime soon, as far as I'm aware, unless this whole place shifts for some reason. That'd be a different story. But we know where this is. We know its instructions. We can always come back here.
Hey, yeah, that sounds good.
I think that's a fine plan.
I'll return some belts.
Belts.
Maybe investigate a little bit more before we go right to the belts. Maybe another room or two.
Sounds like
the
a
way?
wonderful idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch out for traps.
Yes. Yes.
So there are currently 2 exits. One's kind of a north foggy archway. One's a westernly illusory wall. Which way are we going?
I think
Uh,
westerly.
As you
Yeah.
head
Right.
into the westerly room, full of lots of zombie and skeletons that have fallen to pieces, a few rated plate. Could I have one of those fateful D6s? You'd probably prefer to avoid a 1. A 6 is not a 1, and so there's still that curtained off hallway to the north, the westerly way that leads to a doorway, and then the westerly way that leads back down to where you had encountered the hill giants. Where are we headed?
Well, if I were a way out, and if I am in a sort of holy religious place, I think the place that would have a tarp over it might be the place to walk through.
Tarp is to the
Each
north.
of it towards the north.
Yeah.
Just
And there he goes.
Andry, did you just like blow through that tarp?
Yep.
Okay. Andry blows through the tarp. As he does, you see some things. Un momento.
Oh no. Oh. Now I know you're gonna tell us, but I'm curious with the way that shape is, if that is a pyramid or if that is oh god no, or if that's a really deep hole.
It is a pyramid sticking upwards. And so, Andry, as you sort of like throw the curtain back, another large hall, finished walls and ceiling. The floor is fitted with flagstones. The ceiling soars 30 feet overhead. Suspended from that ceiling on a chain is a metal cage, perhaps 10 feet above the floor. Inside the cage, a cute orange-brown puppy dog is fast asleep on the floor. Standing at each of the cardinal compass points beneath the cage are 2 human warriors, wearing scale mail, carrying shields and morning stars. Jutting from the north wall is half of a 10-foot-high, smooth black stone pyramid. The guards all look towards you, give a little roarf noise, and we're going to roll some initiative.
Does the men go wharf, or
Yeah.
does the dog go wharf?
The men go wharf.
It's such a cute puppy. Those puppies aren't cute.
The puppy is actually rather adorable.
It looks so cute.
We can
But
have
the-
more animals. We can have an entire menagerie. We got the cave beavers. We got the lizard, invisible lizard in the cage. We can have the puppy dog.
Oh.
And the barking men.
And the barking man.
The barking men.
Do you want to be part of our menagerie, barking men?
Not sure that that's really what they're into. Come here, representative barking man. We're gonna add you to the turn order. And Tahir, as the curtain gets thrown back, as the guards go wharf, as the puppy sleeps, you are the first to respond to the obvious threat. Now, each of these guards, shield, morning star on hip, and some sort of flask in their hands. Looks clay, looks nasty. What are you doing?
Now I'm curious. They said they had like a clay thing in their hand.
Like a thing, sort of thing. Thingy thing.
Does it have a suspicious looking fuse or a rope coming from the top of it?
It doesn't have a suspicious looking fuse or rope, but you would guess, based on your knowledge, that it doesn't need one. Should that clay break, fire would likely come out. You have correctly guessed alchemist's fire.
Watch yourselves. He seemed to be armed with what the goblins had before.
Yes.
And then he's just gonna just take at least 2 steps back and just pretty much sit down next to Dahrian. Hold on, this one's gonna go right through Blitz's legs. I got this. And he's gonna shoot a heavy crossbow at this fella right here.
Right through Blitz's legs, you say.
Oh, absolutely. He feels confident. He's got it. Heavy crossbow.
Oh, 23 is a hit. 12 is a goodly
piercing.
chunk of damage. Still standing. Despite the
Oh.
quarrel in the knee.
Well, that's unfortunate. And then he just snaps his fingers and a little bolt of fire shoots out from it, directed at the same fellow as I cast Firebolt.
17 will
17.
miss.
Ooh. He has some
There's no
good
way
shields.
to target the clay pot, huh?
Only
mean,
certain spells
actually-
can do that.
I mean, I can target objects. Blitz, that is a wonderful idea. I'll try next time. And then he lays down.
Speaking of Blitz.
All right. Well, he
Those
saved his web from last time, so this time, nah. Send out a little sticky icky.
I apologize. My
Fine.
guards have got the wrong name.
Uh-oh.
Where'd that name come from?
The dogged guards.
Yeah, but they're displaying wrong in the, Oh, I see what I did wrong. Never mind. Oh.
20 foot. I guess encompassing all, centered on the puppy, I guess. I don't know, all of them.
Yeah, you could just basically make it sprout out from under the thing and tie them all to it. That is a thing that works. That is a DC 15 dexterity saving throws. I'm going to need 8 of them. When will you all run out of area of effects? Soon, I hope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That does not look good for me.
Awesome. Where'd he go, Blitz?
That is every one of them webbed.
Very nice.
Gonna a little strategic withdrawal here. Or no, you're leaving with where's Andry gonna? Andry's gonna go up and punch him, right? So I've Bowser do the same.
Alrighty.
Turn up in an attack, so he'll be there to protect Andry.
You got it.
Oh, should have been
25 is a hit.
advantage, right? Oh, okay, good.
And you can go ahead and do 5 points of damage and...
Oh, I already did it. Okay.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yep, you're good. Sorry, you got him on the first hit. He is still standing, but he is covered in web and dog drool. Does Bowser drool? Who knows?
Maybe a little oil.
A little oil. And Puppy is webbed, but we're not going to bother with that one for the moment. What do we got happening next?
That's all for me.
Hey, where'd my turn order go?
Where did... Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Oh, there's. I was
Dahrian.
about to say, I'm like, I lost it too.
What are you up to?
I move up to here, and this one right here, I'll do Sacred Flame on.
Yeah.
That is a Dex saving throw, which I think they either don't.
16. I think they get to roll it, but at disadvantage. Where's that web spell at?
I just didn't know if restrained, if it's an automatic fail.
Double checking. I think it's just disadvantage. And restrained. Disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Speed is 0. Advantage, disadvantage on attacks, and dexterity saving throws are at disadvantage. So he does, I think, pass that one with the 16.
He does.
All right. Dahrian, anything else?
I take my final step and get behind Andry,
Right.
just in case.
That is going to bring up the guards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them are going to first try and tear themselves I hate wasting all these actions. I hate you, Deb. Yep. Yep. What are my options? It's just tear out with strength, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we may.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Strength's coming in. Oh, I think
Wow.
only one of them got loose. All right. One is loose. The rest are still restrained, but with a heroic effort, they do all start lobbing their fire pots. Andry, you got 2 coming at you. 1, 2 at disadvantage. Does a 19 or a 15 hit?
Yes, a 19 hits.
19 hits. You will take 3 points of fiery damage, and you are on fire. Bowser is about to get 6 pots thrown at him.
Oh my.
That's a lot of
The
pots.
first one is a standard attack.
Hot dog.
12 is probably a miss for Bowser. And then we got 5
Yes,
coming in
so.
at disadvantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 13, 10, 12, 6, 8. There is fire everywhere, but none of it is on Bowser. Andry, however, is on fire at the moment with 1 pot on him. The guards all draw their morning stars and continue trying to break free of this gooey mess. This one's going to make their way out of it over to there. Tann, what do we got?
I should have noticed that they were before me, because I was about ready to be like, catapult! And like throw it back onto them. For one of them. I'm ill prepared. Well, I guess for the guy who's free, this one.
Yep.
Well, I would have to scoot up a little bit first. I'm gonna do a guiding bolt.
Sounds good.
Guiding bolt. Let's see, what was that? 11.
11 will miss very much. There are.
Yeah, let's do a reroll. We got them.
Alrighty.
Do a little bit of a reroll.
Reroll. Down to 3 rerolls.
Yes. Click that.
A crit
Ooh.
will hit.
Yeah,
yes.
you
Yeah,
do.
there you go.
Let's
was a
see.
well-used
Guiding bolt
reroll.
crit.
Whip.
6
my.
plus 17 will give us 23 points of damage. He is still standing, but he is now lit up. For the
Shine
next
bright.
hit.
Shine bright like a diamond. Is there anything else I can do? I know, good question. I think that's it for me. Yeah, that's it for me.
All right, Andry, you are on fire. If you do not put yourself out, you will take a little bit of fire damage.
A little fire doesn't matter.
All right,
I will move up to this guy.
please take not that. 4 points of little bit of fire damage, and then with advantage,
I take it at the beginning of the round?
start of your turn.
Okay. I will punch this guy
Certainly may.
into oblivion.
That's very possible with advantage. .23 is definitely going to land the punch. That is oblivion. Womp.
And I can move 5 more feet, so I will move up to this guy.
Standing right at the edge of the webs, looking at him. He is restrained, so you
feel
have
bad for you,
advantage.
buddy.
23 again is a hit. 11 points. Just kind of bounces back and forward in the web. Like one of those stand-up punching dolls.
Still up, eh?
Yep.
Action surge.
Oh.
Punch him again.
That misses.
Oh, I still have advantage. Sorry.
You do still have advantage. Please advantage that up. That hits. Whoop, whoop. Still conscious.
And last attack.
$12 and an 11 will both miss.
Sorry, that was the damage. That's 23 to hit.
What? No.
Oh, maybe not. You're right.
Oh, yeah. No. Just rough rolls. And so he survives for now.
And bonus action, grapple him.
Yeah. That definitely will grapple him. 100%. All the grapple, all the time. Andry, anything else?
No, that's it.
I feel like it might be just like a symbolic grapple, though. You just like put your hand on his head and push down a little since he's all webbed up. Tahir.
Well, I picture it more me pulling him towards me.
Oh, you just...
So that I can catch him on fire.
Oh.
Good old bear hug.
Good old bear hug.
Fiery
If he
bear
doesn't
hug.
break loose, then that'll be the damage that I do in the next round.
Makes sense. Tahir.
Let's stand up. Sit right behind Dahrian. And you just scooch just a little bit over to your right, just a little bit. Yep, right there is gonna do it. Wonderful, thanks. And then he's gonna shoot a crossbow at the poor guy getting mauled by a robo dog.
Alright.
This hurts you more than it hurts me. I promise.
I think you're lying.
For 8.
8 points of damage leaves him blinking with 1 health remaining. All the pain you could possibly inflict on him before he blacks out has been inflicted. Really, it hurts you less? I don't know.
I'll leave him for the dog.
Oh!
I'll firebolt this guy that's in the back.
Alright.
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Bolt made
Advantage.
of fire. Oh boy.
That will
Aw.
miss. Play a reroll? Oh, okay.
But I already used mine, unfortunately.
Blitz. What are we up to?
Alright. Run up and do some saw blades. They're not the strongest, but they're so free I can't resist. Bargain. Misseroo. Oh, but this should be advantage.
The
Right?
advantage, give me one more die.
Oh.
Still a Misseroo.
And then second. Same blade, one more time.
25's a better blade. And which one were we aiming for?
The Kuchiku. I guess the fireball, the blinking one.
Blinking, gone.
Yeah, and the Bowser a little bark and bite.
'18's gonna hit. 5 points is damage. Anything else?
Can't move there. Yeah, I just stay, I guess. Yeah,
Dahrian.
that's good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And attack. Have advantage, right?
Mm-hmm. He is restrained. That will miss, though. Reroll.
I'll leave it alone for right now.
Got it. Anything else for you?
That should do.
Got it. That's going to bring up the guards over near Andry. 2 are within reach, and they will take their attacks at disadvantage. 1, 2 on Andry. A 6 and a 6 is going to miss. Bad choices there. The one that's getting chewed on by the dog will take the attack at disadvantage on Bowser. A 12, probably going to miss Bowser. We're going to have 3 trying to break loose. 1, 2, 3. 15 is the number I need, I believe. Can you double check
right.
me there?
Checking. It's 15. Yep.
15, 2 loose. Finally tearing out of this web. And they step down and around towards Dahrian. Tann. What do we got?
I am going to scoot here.
Okie dokie.
And then, am I able to do a thunder wave, like, here? This is totally my box. Like here? If you can see what I'm doing with the arrows?
I see what you're doing with the arrows, but it looks... Okay, there it goes.
Is that how it works? Or is it centered on me?
You want to hit these 2, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can hit those 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, I saw a Tetris block for a second where it looked like you were going for, like, that with, like, an extension off the side. I was like, that's not how squares
did
work.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No. Sorry. That was not intended. Yeah, just these 2.
Gotcha now.
Okay, Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. 2 of them. 7 and a 17.
The 17 passes. The 7 fails.
It's got it. 7 points of damage there.
Yes.
And he's going to get whomped back 10 feet? 5 feet?
Yep. You
10
got
feet.
it, 10.
Whomp. And 3 points of damage there, I believe.
Yep.
Damage dealt. Tann, anything else?
That's it. Or no, sorry, I lied. I'm going to use a telekinetic shove on this this guy.
You got it.
To push him back a little bit.
Oh, yes.
Oh, boop.
And anything else now?
Yes. Run away! That's it for me.
You got it. 2 points of fiery damage come to Andry, and then some amount of that passes to the hugged on fella. Could I have that damage for the grapple there for you, Andry? 3 points of damage there. He's faring worse from the fire than you are, but still squirming. Now what?
He won't be squirming long. I will punch him. He's still restrained.
He's got so much going on, yeah. 26 is going to hit. Wumpus down.
That's unfortunate. I guess I'll punch the guy up north of me.
Sure can. 24 hit. 7 is damage.
And bonus action. He's already restrained. I will, where the hell is it? Second wind.
Okie dokie.
Ooh, pretty good.
Tahir, over to you. And now that you've been good.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, now that you've been engaged with these fellas for a little bit, you realize there's something a bit wrong with them. Even though they are restrained, they are still attacking. There seems to be no hint of communication from them. Andry, they're matching you growl for growl, and it's kind of that low in the back of the throat, dog-like warning growl coming from them.
Huh.
All right. With my movement, I'm going to, with my 30 feet, I can get right about there. A very important question for you. Would you consider Andry a candle, torch, or a small campfire? In its current stage in time. Because I will wish to cast Prestidigitation to extinguish his flames.
I will give you that. That seems like a reasonable usage of it.
It's just like little cup of water, just pierce right over his head and just sploosh. Gotcha, big guy. And then he just turns with his crossbow and just shoots at this poor fella right here. Crossbow, where are you?
Crossbow.
You are. Bam! That misses. Boy, I think I've run out my normal bolts. I think I'm on the just all metal ones. This is really unfortunate. That's it.
A little heavier than you're used to. Blitz, what are we up to?
Saw Blitz this guy.
Oh, you got it.
Let's pull them together here. That's 1 and 2.
21's gonna hit. 10 points there. Still standing, but bleeding a bit.
No. And Bowser, keep chewing on that other Joker. Did that do advantage?
Certainly will. You can roll it. You might crit.
Okay. Oh, did it only do one? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I only saw one there. Yep.
No, it didn't work.
Solid hit for 8,
close.
and I think there's still one more saw blade to be thrown. Or I only saw one.
Oh, I threw him. I just rolled them both together because he's not advantaged, right? He's over there outside.
Oh yeah, I got you.
And I was just curious while this is all going on. I was just take a peek at that puppy. Is he doing anything? Is he like controlling these guys or something?
Sure, you just like glance over at the puppy and like you just see it like do that like puppy snore thing. It's like, and it's just it's cute little fella. Blitz, anything else?
Oh, that's good.
All right, Dahrian.
I will attack the guy that's still webbed. Things I have a better chance to hit him.
Certainly, pair of 21s. Double blackjack. 10 points of damage. Still webbed. Still flailing. Dahrian, anything else?
I'll just take a step towards this guy.
Got it. As you do that, you get that growl and howl as the trio go for you. 2 coming in standard to Dahrian. 1, 2, a 12 and a 15 are nonsense. Disadvantage. Just no, guys. Disadvantage attack on Andry coming in. No. Strength to tear loose of the web? No. This web. Tann, what are we up to?
Tann is going to boop, 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 boop. And he's gonna go, high five! Book. And he's gonna kind of bonk him with the heel of his hand. And he's gonna cast Shocking Grasp.
Splint is metal. Advantage you have.
Yay.
15's not gonna do it, though.
Oh no.
Reroll.
3 in the
Are
pot.
you sure? For a cantrip?
Up to you.
Sure. We won't get more if you don't use them.
That's
Well,
fair.
that's true.
One more.
18 is the number we need.
Oh,
Let's see some
sweet.
damage.
Okay. Cool. Whoops. Click this.
Shocking boop. Well, that is a shocking boop for 11. But not
It's not
enough
bad.
to knock him down.
All right, but I will take that inability to take a reaction to run away.
You got it. Tux, well commented. Pixelated Bunny, happy to have you lurking out there. And Andry, as Tann takes off, what are you up to?
Well, fire's out. I think I just punch things.
Okay. 25 punch is real good. You can roll for advantage with advantage if you want to see if you crit. No crit, but let's see some damage. 12 is still a bop 'em. That's a crit. I think that's probably gonna do it. Yeah. Just like bodies hanging in the web. You've seen this in giant spiders. Andry, anything else for you?
I'll move over there.
Oh, that is through the web. Are you sure you want to do that?
Oh, right. I forgot about the web. I will go around.
Okay. I don't have that on the map, so we will definitely give the reminder there before you stomp through it. You got it.
Okay, so I think that's as far as I can move.
You got it. Tahir, what are we up to?
Excuse me, Big Bye. Big Bye? Oh boy, I'm a little flustered at the moment. He's gonna just shuffle on over here. And pretty much in the same fashion of Tann, oh goodness, it's like we learned it at the same place or something, and he's just gonna just palm him right in the chest and get a shocking grasp for the other guy.
Shocking grasp of the other guy. Let's see it. Advantage coming in. No.
You
Boys,
hey,
reroll?
hey everybody.
Just like me?
This is Dahir. I don't often take rerolls, but
Do
you
it.
know, I make a lot of attack rolls from time to time, and that still misses.
Oh, still misses.
Oh.
We're down to one player reroll.
And he's just like, yeah, I should just use the sword. It's a lot easier that way. And he's just gonna just thrust into this fella right here.
That'll do.
8.
That'll do. One of the dog
You got it,
guards
guys.
falls.
And he'll stay there.
Blitz. What do we got?
I'm gonna ricochet the old saw blade off
Pew,
this
pew.
wall over here. And go back. Let's see how that works out. 1 and
So close.
70. Oh.
Didn't
Second
quite
one.
call the angles. 22 is going to do it, though.
First one was just sizing it up.
Had to see how the felt was running today.
And then might as well keep chewing on this dude. He doesn't seem to want to get away from it, so
It's like a mouthful of taffy. It's just... 22 is going to work. 9 is enough. Falls. Blitz, we got anything
Yeah.
else?
yeah, then he'll move over yonder. Whoops. And then that'll be it once he moves there.
Got it. Dahrian. Guard facing you, frothing at the mouth, looks rabid. What's up?
I will attack him.
Nineteen's gonna hit. Show me 9. Ooh, that is more than 9. Bwomp.
And then get to there.
Got it. You take a step to the side so you don't go in the thing. Step back to the side and you're set. And that is going to bring up the guard. The guard, he's been trying to tear his feet out of this the whole time. Frustrated, just swings at you with disadvantage. Morningstar coming in. No. Tann.
Tann is going to... Can you even reach that far? Let's see. Oh, wait, that's right. I have 35 feet. That should be close enough.
I mean,
You're in
that's
there.
Oh,
right.
that's right. Oh,
Take
what?
one step back or you're in the web.
Oh! Step back. I keep forgetting the web's right there. I keep looking at that, like, kind of shaded in spot around the dog.
That's the yeah, that's the cage hanging in the air, but
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, that's right. Shock and grasp is touch. I knew that. Toll the dead.
Toll the
Wisdom
dead.
saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Toll the dead. Wisdom saving throw. No. Oh, no.
Ooh. That's a solid toll the dead.
That is a solid Toll the Dead.
That
He
bell
he
is
is hurt, right?
rung. Yes, he is hurt,
Okay.
and that is that. Just boom.
Um,
As the bell rings out, even the cage vibrates a little bit from the reverberations of that one, leaving you alone in the room.
Anyone hurt?
No.
No more than when we
Oh.
started.
Good job,
Uh,
team.
I'm feeling better than when we started.
Can you drop the web spell?
Indeed.
As you drop the web spell, the body's like.
Oh. Could I? I'm curious. I want to take off the mask of one of these guys. Are they are they like people, or are they like dog people?
So you take the mask off of one of the fellas, and they look experimented upon.
Mm.
They were probably people at one point, but they're not entirely people now.
Okay. All right.
Is the pup still sleeping?
Pup's still sleeping. Little puppers just sleeping there, square in the middle of the cage. Like, because of the web and everything, the cage kind of rocked a little bit, so, like, there's, like, just a little, like, flick of an ear, like, adjusting for balance. But other than that, just...
Am I the only one who doesn't trust that dog?
Yes.
You are not
Wait,
the only
why?
I mean, no.
I mean, he was surrounded by a bunch of armored men who were... What were they gonna do? Because
we
we
tell
saw
what
them
they were?
initially with pots in their hands. Were they gonna
Yeah.
light the pup on fire?
Wait, did they have the pots in hand, or was it on their?
They had
Sword
the
hand.
Morning Star on their belt, pots in hand.
Oh, okay. I got it flipped.
How about
Okay.
how about an insight check, maybe, as you think back on that moment? What were they about to do as Andry cast aside the curtain?
Dahrian, what do you think?
I'm not good at it, but I think I'm curious. Oh, I am actually good at it. What the heck?
Well, were they
Every
Were
session,
they-
Blitz learned something new about himself.
the cage is up in the air, right?
Cage is up in the air. Cage is about 10 foot off the ground, so you're kind of looking up into it, and you can kind of see the pup. If you're very close to it, you can't see because of the angle, but a little further back, you can see it.
Mm.
And as you're thinking back, and Blitz kind of has the memory of it, they were holding the flasks in hand like they were kind of ready, like, holding them, but they were holding too still. Like, when Andry threw the curtain back, all of them were just in that same position, sort of arms at their side, shield there, kind of had this kind of cradled with the little pot there, like they were just waiting. And then as soon as you burst in, they all sort of started that turn and move to you and getting ready to throw. But they looked like they had been at rest or, in position for some time.
And they were all like turned towards the cage,
Facing away
like they
from the
were
cage.
facing away from
Facing
the
away
cage.
from the cage.
Oh.
So two of them were facing south directly towards you when the curtain got thrown back, and then facing away, a little under it, like their heads, top of the crown of their heads would have been right under the level of the cage, but they're all facing out.
I think Blitz
Okay, so they didn't
But-
seem.
investigate the area and try to figure out that what the heck is going on.
Sure.
Any
Well, and
symbols or anything around? What are they doing? A ritual or I don't know.
And it would seem that they were protecting this thing from elsewhere. It's not like they were prepared to do anything to this dog, but they were standing ready to keep anything from getting to the dog. So either, one of two things I would say: either I would say that the dog is something of importance to them, but I don't know if it was maybe reverence for it or fear of it.
Tahir,
Yes.
does Set have anything to do with dogs?
I mean, he's a weird looking guy. I wouldn't say dog like. I mean, he does have a snout.
Kind of got like a
Dogs have
jackally
snouts.
head going on, but not really doggy.
Is the cage Is there any way to tell if the cage is locked? I mean, is it trapped in there? Or
Sure.
is it
Give
just
me
kinda hanging
a.
out?
Let's. Do we have any tools that we wish to apply? Perhaps of the thiefy variety.
And
Oh,
is the
yeah,
cage
okay.
perhaps magical?
Ooh.
That would be something else that would be.
Also a good question. Dahrian, give me a quick perception. All right, Dahrian, you are the first to pick up on it because you're kind of looking for the magic aspect of it, and you realize something. Even though you've seen the dog kind of like do the little snort, snore, ear flick, move a little bit, no sound. Like no sound has come through. And when the cage kind of shook a little bit, no creak coming from the chain. Blitz, you've sort of followed the chain up, and you can see, okay, yes, there's a sort of a locking mechanism, and you follow that down. Okay, there's a, the chain goes over, comes down, so there's a fairly sizable locking mechanism that would have to be undone to get the cage to come down to the floor. And then there are locks, it looks like, at the top of the cage, or mechanisms of some sort. You'd have to get up on top of it or lower it down in order to see, because that's about 20 feet up there. Dahrian, are you still... No, you're not floating anymore at the moment, so...
I am not.
Okay. So,
But
yes.
I do still have the capability to fly up there and look at this, but it appears as though there is a maybe a silence spell cast on it.
On a sleeping dog in a cage? I mean, that sounds like a waste of resources to me, but...
Perhaps
hold on.
something bad would happen if it wakes up.
Yeah.
Huh.
Or good.
Andry, you
And-
know dogs. You know animals.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is it?
Not sure. Can I have a look?
Sure. Actually, I mean, you're tall enough that you could probably stare at it. So you go up on your tiptoes and you kind of look at it. It's of a mastiff breed. It'll grow up to be a big dog. It's got like those, like almost comically oversized paws, that tell you how big this dog is going to be. But the body of it at the moment is just a little cute little puppers.
Should we bring it down? It seemed like they were like. I think we should let it go.
Let it go or take it with us?
Go over and
It's a
start-
cute dog. Yeah, you can come with us.
I mean,
Yeah.
and then
Unless
Tahir
anyone
holds-
stops and Blitz will start undoing it at Andre's request.
So
I mean,
Blitz,
Tahir opens up the empty cage. We got the invisible lizard.
Blitz, you head over and you start taking a look at these at this chain setup, and you start working on the locks, and you realize something. It is really, really hard to do lock picking when you can't hear the lock. This is hard. This is going to be real hard.
Oh,
Would you like some help?
certainly.
I have a knack for picking locks as well.
Sure.
Perhaps with our combined brain power, we can figure this out. Maybe it's more of a feel instead of a hear.
And I would like to look at this
Sure.
as well.
Dahrian, you head over as they're kind of do that. It's stone. It's black. I'm gonna say basalt for the moment, but I'll get you the right stone in just a second. Pyramid shape. Goes down into the floor. Give it a little tippy tappy inspection. Doesn't seem to be inherently magical, but trying a scratch test, nothing you try on it makes a mark.
Okay.
And it is heavy. Like, it doesn't even ring when you hit it. There's no sign of movement. It's a big stone.
And it looks like that it's like flush with the floor.
It looks like it goes, like the floor was built around it. It looks like it goes down further. So you can see where the floor has kind of got that little lip cut, and it continues down.
Chris has an idea of what this might be,
Okay.
but would Dahrian, I guess. That's
If you're not sure, I would say roll a die, and higher than 10, I would say Dahrian has the same inkling or something we can lead towards it.
what roll?
I would, if you're not sure, I would say a D20, and higher than 10, you share the inkling. If you think that a skill set would apply, then go for it. So 11, I would say same inkling has occurred. What might you be thinking?
Is it possible that this is like something that's covering a pit, or something heavy like this is maybe like I'm trying to think of the word.
Like a capstone or a seal is what you're thinking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you give it a look, and you're checking out kind of where it is in the floor. Let's see if we get distracted by what's happening over at the cage real quick. So as you're kind of doing that, Blitz, could I get that best effort on the Thieves' Tool once more? I think we have advantage from Tahir helping. I believe we're going to go with the dexterity-based. And, yeah, because you're going for that lockpicky by feet.
And the D4 dealing.
And a guidance
possible.
boop. Okay. Let's see it. You really put your best effort in. Let's see that D4.
Oh, only a 1 on that.
But you know what? That was the number you needed. DC of 24. With the combined effort, you finally get it to go. And the trick to it is you had no feedback on what was going on in there. And then first one link and then the other. And you're able to do a controlled descent. Cage comes down to the floor. It's still 10 foot high. It's still closed on top. Silent as it hits the floor. So yeah, there's some magic going on in there. As it lands, the puppy just sort of ends up rolled to its side for a second. And you can see like the leg. And then it settles itself back down. Still asleep in there. As that's happening, Dahrian, it's silent. So you maybe don't even notice until like the gust of wind hits the back of your legs from it brushing the air out. Capstone, though. How about, let's go... Do you have anything that helps with stonework? Do you have any mason's tools, etc.?
I do not.
Let's just throw me an investigation, then.
Okay. This is not my forte.
So,
okay.
If it is a capstone, it is definitely not for something on this level or on this floor. You start chipping away at some of the stone, maybe pry things back a little bit, and you can see that it continues down to the point where there's dirt to the sides. There's no like lip that it's resting on or anything like that. So part of a bigger pyramid would be your first guess.
Yeah, like a buried pyramid or something.
Well, we are looking for a tower. Is that what it is?
Drake, let's see if we can go help him out. He might need you.
That I don't know.
Would you want me... If it's small enough, you want me to see if I can make it smaller? Because I have reduce and enlarge, so I could, if it's something that can be shrunkened, I could try to see if it does anything.
You can't see if it's big enough that it would resist that, but you could give it a shot if you felt like it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, if no one minds, I'll give it a whirl.
Go ahead, do me a favor and bring enlarge reduce on that one.
Sure. There you go.
Constitution, a creature and object you can see. Yes, Squirrel or Smart. Everybody dash. Where do you be? Everybody be? So you go to cast the spell, and I don't happen to see a size limit on this. Does anyone
Yeah,
else?
that's crazy.
All right.
So
So
it doesn't say that, does it?
you go to cast the spell,
Planet.
and you've done this like on big things before, because I feel like you're the sort who has experimented with the limits of some of their spells. That
Yeah,
am I
probably.
feeling it? Okay. But there's no response, and you've gotten this effect denied before in a couple of different ways. Things being held, things being worn, things being occupied can't be affected in that way. You don't see anyone holding this. You
Right.
don't see anyone, wearing it. So
Right.
it's maybe a structure that's occupied.
I will relay that info to the group. Someone might be in this thing, man.
If it has magical capabilities, maybe there's something we have to do to activate it. And then he looks towards the cages on the floor with the puppy in it. You don't think, like, a dog's bark would be able to, make it work? That seems so far-fetched. Get it? Because
Yeah.
I hate myself for that one.
That's
Nice.
good. He's gonna give you a
Nice
high five for
one.
it.
Thanks, bro. But maybe the reason why the silence is on it is so if its trigger is heard, say the dog's bark, could be it doesn't open in that way.
We could give it a try.
Sure.
Woof will open the roof.
That's a good one, Blitz. You gotta save that one.
Yeah.
Just remember, this is all speculation. They have to be here guarding something. This dog has to have some importance that they're willing to defend it in this room.
That's true.
Is the dog out of the silence at this point?
As to my knowledge, the dog is still in the cage, and the cage is still closed.
Oh,
If
There's
so,
bars on the cage?
it's a cage. Cages have bars.
Can I bend the bars so it can get out?
You could bend the bars, or you could open the top. Either the top seems to be the intended method. Now that it's on the floor and the chain's been loosened, you could take the top off.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So
I thought the top was locked.
So you hop up to the top. The chains are now loose. So you can pull the chains out of the thing. It was locked by the chains. Now that that's free, you could undo it. It kind of comes up, goes over, no noise the whole time. And then Andry, while you're doing this, you are silenced as well. You can't speak, you can't hear. But there's just a puppy lying there.
Can I pull him out of there?
Sure, you reach down, you get a hold of the puppy, you lift it up. It is super asleep. Like it is out cold, like happy puppy sleep, like the kind that you can lift them up and you can look at them and they're like just hanging there. Got a puppy.
Can I try and wake it up?
I mean, you kind of give it a little test shake and it doesn't. It just kind of like swings.
I would like to cast. Hold up, I want to make sure I can do this. 'Cause I think I can make smells with prestidigitation. No, harmless sensory effect. I wanted to make it the smell of like roasting meat, just right in like little smell lines of a nice like steak. Good flow right in front of the dog's nose.
Okay. So you get a little roasting meat smell wafting in that direction. Andry, you're sort of like holding the puppy and you're like looking at the puppy and just like a little drool, string starts to come down. There's like a little slow wag of the tail, like it's dreaming of something happy. But it doesn't wake up. As the drool string kind of gets like perilously long, there's that like lick the nose kind of thing, and it kind of pulls it back up. But it's just like.
Wow, This guy
And,
is asleep.
Do you have? Are you still in the cage?
It's a
Doing
small
this?
cage.
No,
right?
I will take it out of the cage and jump down.
Sure. Take it out of the cage. You jump down. It's kind of nice to be able to hear things again as you hit the ground. Now that the puppy seems to be out of the silence effect, you can hear its little heart going, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Hear the breathing. It's alive, but very asleep.
Just doesn't want to wake up. Is this
Been a
like
long day.
your sleepy time spell,
It,
Dahrian?
well, if it is, you would need to, pinch it, give it a good pinch. Should wake it up.
I don't want to hurt it.
Well, I mean, not like, just a little pinch. Not to, hurt it real bad, but just give it a little pinch, so it can maybe wake
we
up.
could maybe try other sensory effects first before we try to pinch
Yeah.
a dog.
Oh, well, okay.
What's
I'm gonna
your
yell
dog
at the
like?
dog. Wake up!
Oh!
You yell at the dog, wake up, you yell loud enough that its ear sort of like flaps over to one side, and then just like flips back down, but doesn't wake
And I
up.
pull out a peanut and offer it to the dog.
Do you have a peanut to
Peanuts.
produce?
I do have peanuts.
If you have peanuts, then you probably can. If you didn't have
Oh my God,
peanuts,
that's
it'd be
right.
creative.
From the bar.
Mm-hmm.
The bar nuts.
So you pull out a bar nut, and I don't know if dogs react to peanuts. That's not in my personal knowledge bank. So, however
Well,
a
peanut
sleeping
butter.
dog reacts to a peanut, it does.
I will prestidigitate the sound of a doorbell. Ding, 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 ding.
Like there's like a little like response from the paws, like it's trying to run and chew a mailman, but it's still obviously asleep.
This is the worst guard dog I have ever seen.
This is
Maybe it's just
sleepy
tired.
puppy.
And
Well, we got the dog, so why don't we move on?
well, do you have
I'm sure
the?
eventually it'll wake up.
Yeah,
Well,
at some point.
unless it is, unless it has a spell cast on.
Mm. Does
I mean, this is the things that we've done should have woken the dog up, and it has
Perhaps,
not woken up yet.
perhaps it's this room. If we take it to another room, it may wake.
That's
Maybe.
true.
Okay.
Now,
I'll walk out of the room.
a quick clarification: I don't believe any of you have any magic sight at the moment. You deduced the silence on the thing by noticing it. No one has magic eyes right now, correct?
no?
Apparently no.
Correct.
Okay. So, yes,
Well-
supposition-wise, this dog is either thoroughly drugged or heavily enchanted. One of the two. And you start heading towards the room. Doot, 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 doot.
And this whole time, Blitz is brainstorming ideas for fashioning that cage into like some sandals or something, like silence sandals. Probably not a thing that can happen, but he's thinking about it. Go down there and go down past the curtain. You think with the puppy?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's get out of the room. Maybe it's the room.
You move the curtain aside, and as you start exiting the room into the other room, could I have one of those fateful D6s? You'd like to
Oh,
avoid
no.
a 1.
You don't like those?
Oh!
Oh,
Jenna sneaking in there with a 6, keeping us safe. There's still zombies and skeletons scattered about. As you leave the room behind and you exit with your puppy, you see that, it's still asleep.
Do you have the ability to dispel magic? Tahir.
Well, is it magic? Can
Well,
you do
that's
your little drawing on the ground thing and see if it's magic?
The dog?
well.
Yeah.
If the dog is if there's a spell on the dog, you should be able to see the effect of on the dog.
If we want to take 10 minutes, recasting Detect Magic can be possible. If I can Dispel Magic, no. I only have capability of shining on spells as the caster is attempting to cast. I do not have it
Gotcha.
as it's in effect.
Okay.
Well,
But if it's required,
either you cast that spell or we just let him sleep in my backpack till he wakes up.
Yeah, and I have the ability. I would need to pray, but I have the ability to dispel magic. I would just need. I can't do it right now.
Well, start praying then.
If
I
I'm
do
given-
that. I do that at midnight while we're long resting.
Wait, your god doesn't listen to you during the day?
well, it's a
He's-
god of night, no?
He's
No.
a night owl.
Oh. What time is it now? We've been
That's a
down
good
here for so long, I have
That's
no
a-
idea.
That's a good question.
Well, if I were to guess, we went to bed around
Many of us have keen
9:37
mind.
p.m. the other day. I played cards with Blitz while we were waiting for the rest of you to wake up. That would have been early morning. Our appointment for Cornelius was around 11 o'clock. It's probably been about 4 hours at this point. So either we're late or just on time for our appointment for Cornelius.
Oh, and don't forget the acolyte saw us.
Oh, yeah, they sure did.
Your internal chronometer seems to be functional.
Well, I could
If
be
I were to
talking.
have time
Sorry, go ahead.
for a long rest, I may be able to restore this puppy's consciousness, assuming it's a lesser enchantment afflicting him.
Let's say this. One more room up here, and then we go revisit our lovely friend with the many belts, and then we rest.
I think that sounds like a fine idea.
Sure thing.
And this one more room that you speak of, in what direction might it be?
Probably down this hallway, probably a good start.
Probably down that hallway would be a good start. As you head towards that hallway, are there any skills that I should know about being engaged?
Looking out for traps in case it's on the floor.
Perhaps.
I would be happy to see a roll for that.
Stealth, stealth.
Stealthy. Investigation.
Is the investigation for traps? Or no?
It sure was.
Mhm.
Perception for hidden
Oh.
monsters. Survival for tracks on the floor.
Yeah, I'll do
Let's
survival.
not do
and see if
investigation.
there's any tracks.
Sure.
Mainly looking for the acolytes, and can't remember the guy's name that they were dragging her along with.
Varys.
Eris?
Good old Varys.
Spider.
I'll keep my eyes peeled with my 300 feet dark vision down the hallway to see how far this hallway goes down.
Sure, it hits a
Yes.
door about the spot at which it is blocked off right there.
Okay.
And we are just checking on a couple of little thingies here. Yep. So you can proceed on down the hall, at which point you do encounter a door. And that door is closed.
Should we check the door for traps? Or do you want me to open it?
Oh, is it locked?
It's closed. Doesn't appear to be locked.
I'm going to listen to the door and see if I can hear anything on the other side.
Oh, excellent. Could I have a 1d100, please? You'd prefer not to see a 10 or less. 34 is not a 10 or less. You hear nothing.
7 scared me.
You hear,
It did me too.
you hear nothing from the other side.
Well, traps or not?
I will check. Should I use tools?
Can I help?
Tools or investigation, your
I
choice.
don't know.
Help is available. Ba-na.
500 clicks later.
Help is available, but not needed. Well done. No traps.
In case there's like a trap that's gonna come flying down this hallway, do you guys all really want to stand behind me?
No, Blitz said it
This
wasn't
is-
trapped.
All right, I'll open the door.
Sure. You open the door, and you see some things.
Big 23
A
on the floor.
big 23 on the floor.
Devious.
Yes.
Look, certain shortcuts were taken.
Sure.
I saw a movie like this once.
Go on.
All right. The walls of the antechamber you are looking into are smooth and finished, as is the ceiling. The floor is fitted with polished black tiles. Central on the south wall is an oval mirror, perhaps 4 feet tall. The peak of the mirror's golden frame is fashioned like a skull. A motionless skeletal form wearing bronze plate armor has its back to you just past the door. There is another facing you on the other door. Each of these skeletal forms holds a great sword, its point resting on the ground.
Where are they? Like we said, the mirrors on the south wall.
Yep. Working on it. Get into view! There you go.
Hmm. And they're facing each other.
They are facing each other.
Can I sneak up behind it and take its sword?
You are currently behind it. Can you sneak up behind it and take its sword? I'll say the dice will have to answer that question. You may certainly make the attempt.
Stealth?
I think that would be a good start. You're really going to make me look at what the passive perception of a skeleton is, huh? Alright. Alright, let's find out. We'll find out together.
Can't be that high. They don't have ears.
It can't be that high, but it is a 9.
Oh.
And so, Andry, you're like, creepy, and then it's just turning around towards you. Swords points coming up off the ground. And we're going to go ahead and roll into initiative. 1 second.
And these are bigger than the skeletons we face in the next room.
Well,
Or the
I
look
mean,
tougher.
they're wearing bronze plate armor. They're carrying a great sword each. They look fancy. And one skeleton friend. Give me initiative. Thank you. You know what? Before we start this, let's take our 5-minute bio break, and then we'll kick that one in. Because I just looked over at the time, and I was like, huh, my glass is getting empty. So we will be right back, and we'll be launching into battle from there. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Ba-bum-bum.
That's
Hey,
hypothermia
everybody.
weather.
That's like, well,
Welcome back. Hey, Lord Gasumba, thank you for the raid. We are just working our way through the Dark Tower. The party has just found themselves a cute little sleeping puppy dog and have failed to awaken Set puppy dog. They are now making their way down a hallway. They have just opened a doorway to reveal two skeletons, clad in bronze plate armor. One had their back to them, and our good friend Andry has decided that sneaking up and stealing the skeleton's sword was the way to go. That has not turned out so fantastically well, and so we've got a little bit of a fight on our hands at the moment. The first to go will be the skeletons, who turn and swing. Andry, you have a pair of great swords coming at you as the two skeletons close in, swing up and swing down. Number 1, 21 for 11. Number 2,
I'll use stones and turns to reduce that by 9.
certainly may. 2
Looks
damage
like we
taken
did
there.
get a raid too. By
Yeah.
the way.
Lord Gasumba is just in time to see me crit it. 17 points of damage, Andry.
It worries me just how happy you were about that.
Hey,
yeah, that was glee right there.
I was watching Lord Gasumba was doing some map work either today or yesterday. On
yesterday.
some of the Forgotten
Yesterday.
Realm stuff, and I was like, yeah, I would really like to impress Lord Gasumba by crushing a player in front of him. So no. Dahrian though. It is a narrow hallway, 5 foot wide and some 30 feet long. You are at the tail end of it, and Andry is playing with a skeleton on the far side. What are you doing?
I am going to, I guess, move to here and do a Sacred Flame on the one that I can see.
Sacred Flame on the one that you can see. We can do that. That'll be a dexterity saving throw, I believe. Womp womp. 12. Is
Is not enough.
Not enough, and that is Sacred and Flame, and crumple goes the skeleton. Great sword, bronze armor falling to the ground. Anything else?
That will be it.
You got it. Blitz. What are we doing?
All right. I'll move up here and try hitting it with the booming blade.
Booming blade, let's see it.
Yeah, might as well. Oh,
15 is
no.
not going to hit.
I remember you mentioning that bronze armor.
Bronze
so,
plate armor, fancy shields. No fancy shields,
Yeah,
just
then-
bronze plate,
then-
excuse me.
And the pup come up. Rah! And do a little rend
Little rend.
action.
Yeah. Nice. That is 27. That is force damage. That is 14 points, and that crumples the skeleton inside the armor. It falls. Bronze plate.
Saw he was made out of yummy bones, so he's gonna chew on it and gnaw on the end of it.
You got it. As you make your way into the room and things fall silent once more, there is a door to the west, and there is a obviously fake wall to the north. You saw sort of a construction like this up in a hallway a little bit earlier. The far side must be, disguised or hidden in some sort of way, but on this side you can see, the hinges, that sort of stuff. It's not made super obvious, but that's a door.
And you
And
said
the
there was
mirror
a mirror? Yeah.
And there's a mirror
that
on the
skull?
southern wall. Golden frame, fashioned skull up towards the top.
Do we see our reflections in it? Does it seem out of the ordinary in any way, other than the skull?
I mean, you kind of taste it, look at it, and it looks like a mirror. You see you.
I don't know why I was expecting it to be something crazy.
Any sort of arcane or hidden writing that seemed to be on like the side of it? Any little secret somethings?
Little secret something. You could certainly take maybe an investigation or a perception or an arcana. How are we pursuing this?
Does the puppy show up in the mirror? That's important. Is it a vampire pup?
You extract the puppy from Andre's. You hold it up like a little dangling sleepy puppy. It's mirrored.
We will look at this from a magic standpoint.
Sure. From a magical standpoint, could I see an Arcana check?
It's a mirror.
It is a mirror. It's a nice mirror. Like it's magic grade mirror, but you don't see the
Like
button.
anything.
Yeah. Like you don't see a post-it note nearby with like mirror password 123. Good mirror though.
Bronze plate armor, is it how's it compare to Blitz's new armor he just picked up in the last room?
Oh, well, it depends on what you prefer. Bronze is going to last basically forever. That stuff just doesn't corrode. You know, that iron and steel affair that you've got on right now is nice and fancy. It's maybe a little more durable, but it's going to rust sooner. So, are you in it for the long haul, or do you want the fashion of today?
Real fashion of
I
today.
feel like Blitz is gonna last forever, so
like every
Blitz
time
likes the idea
Blitz
of outlasting his armor.
gets just a little bit closer to looking like Olam up in the factory, just more and more metal piled on, pauldrons up to here. All right. So in this room, we got that fake, back of the door to the north, regular looking door to the west and to the east. Which way we head? Sure, you head up north and kind of take a look around and do a little investigating. Could I get a stealth check from you, please?
Oh no, those aren't good. Oh, not bad.
Not bad at all. You managed to, despite your metal form, make your way up there, scope it out, and you can see from the far side some light coming through, and based on your general location and the light you see and where you see the spacing at, you believe you're looking out from behind that massive statue of Set that you saw on the first floor temple, just a day or so ago.
We're back.
Yes,
Is that the
Yes.
temp?
I don't know why I'm so excited about it. I already got Bowser. But we may leave now if we wish.
Yes, because this is the one where that stair went up to look like some building, right?
Correct. You believe that went up to the inn.
To the inn, right?
Oh yeah.
We may fetch Andry's griffin and Dahrian's horse.
I fear I no longer have a horse.
Because of the cultists or because of the griffin?
Yes.
Good answer.
If not one, then the other.
and if we
which
go up
would you
to the
prefer?
inn, do you think everybody's gonna attack us?
Mm.
Absolutely. But I could
Well,
Beldar.
we
I think he's too drunk too.
It
We
seems to be
should
tradition
probably
in
not
this
do
town.
that.
Oh, damage! I talked to Beldar. He seems
did?
his normal self. He wasn't. He's just like, how did you? Huh? And then I bamped that with the dog, and then he was just like, what?
Yeah, he's the drunkard, right?
Yeah.
The secret magician who was a drunk, yes.
Well,
We could see
Well-
if Cornelius's papers are ready.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
and-
do we want to go in our current state? We know where this is now. We know our way out. It's
you
just
know,
that, do we really want to engage an entire town of people not at our full capacity?
I don't
is-
think that would be wise.
Yeah.
Because if by Mitra we're going to get those documents, whether the whole town dies or not,
We're gonna get those tax forms.
That's right.
No matter the cost.
If the phone gets you, the tax man will.
That's right.
Two things are certain for the people of Mitra's Fist: death and taxes.
That's right. Hmm.
It scared me for a second because I just see this token move and then I realized it was the puppy.
Yeah, just moving the puppy off.
Oh, he's stirring?
No, I'm just moving him. He's in Andry's backpack. I was just moving him off the map so I didn't do the same thing where I'm like, who is that? Oh, okay.
Well, shall we keep pressing our luck? I mean, I'm still good. What's one more room? What's one more room? I mean, there's a door right here. It's right there.
What's one more room?
Okay,
What even
okay.
am I at? Let's see.
And then he like pleads to Dahrian. If we just do one more room, we'll know so much more. And if we take care of the problem now, we won't have to do it later.
I am
like
less.
I like your
sorry.
approach.
I'm less than half done before, but I got some fight in me.
Oh, Tahir, we stepping through that door, huh? Dad.
So confident. He is
So
the maximum amount of confidence right now. You know?
Make sure that secret door is closed.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That door has not yet been opened. It was just peeked through. A hallway similar to the one you saw before continues on, but as you open this door, I mean, let's be real. You've smelled some bad smells, okay? You were just in with a little sulfur sulfur statue. You were hanging out with a bunch of zombies and skeletons, but this smell, this is a lot of meat. This is a lot of meat. Down towards the end of the hallway, you can just almost see it moving towards you as just this stench now that this door is open, and you can see what's down there. Looks like the things and the people that were too badly damaged to be turned into zombies and haven't quite lost the flesh yet to become skeletons are just piled there. It's gotta be 5-6 bodies deep. It's hills and mounds of arms and legs and goo. There's puddles. It's just bad. And then, way far down the hallway, in a little alcove, probably only Dahrian can see this far at this point, is a statue that looks to have been made of stone, carved to be the shape of some human or another, and then after it had been carved, somebody really went at it with a chisel and just took away almost all the features. Like, it's person shaped, but there's big gouges, the nose has been kind of broken out, the ears have been knocked off, whatever was going on with the hair has been kind of chipped away. The arms are still kind of tucked in to whatever they were doing, but fingers are missing. Designs have been knocked away. That's way down there. A lot of meat between you and that.
It gets worse and worse every time you say meat.
Yeah, right.
Well, they all currently look dead, unfortunately. However, we were in a graveyard full of bones once, and they all came up eventually. Have you
Want me
any
to throw
more?
a barbarian?
I was thinking if there's some sort of undead in there, maybe Dahrian could dispatch it handily like he did before.
Smart.
Do that.
So we're using it now, and then when we rest, we'll be all set and ready to go.
I will move up front and lead.
I got your back, bro.
Me too, bro.
Dahrian, you start kind of making your way down the hallway, and you kind of, as you reach that doorway, you can see that whoever's been doing this is not the most dedicated of individuals. Like, there's just enough floor space clear, like, through that hallway step that you could get a body in and heave it in much the same way Andry did, just a little earlier. Get it up over that initial hump, and then it'll tumble down the other side. So there's sort of a U-shaped pile of the stuff that's, higher, just closest, and then the rest of them are just kind of where they've bounced past that. The front pile's probably a good 3.5, 4 feet.
Okay, I will go ahead and do this again. My steps of the night. So I have the ability to fly.
Mm-hmm.
And I will come a little bit up off the ground and begin to fly forward.
Sounds good.
I guess I'll move 3 at a time or whatever people can follow.
Here.
So the hall that you're in, roughly 30 feet north to south, about 60 feet side to side. There are some curtains that just kind of fell away as you got to it. They probably at one point sort of kept the stink in, but that was probably 100 years ago or more. There's something that's nagging at you, Dahrian. Could I get a religion check, please?
Yes.
Oh, easily. This hallway, this layout, it's so reminiscent of the temples that you've been in towards Mitra. This is a worship hall. This is a temple, a church, a place where services were held. The statuary that you can now kind of see along the way over there, would have been a place of remembrance, and there would be sermons given here, but this is just awful. There's probably seating, pews, benches, something under all that, but
This is basically like a desecration technique, more or less.
definitely.
Would be my assessment.
And as you're sort of up there, could I have a DC 15 Constitution saving throw?
Yeah.
There's one player reroll left.
We got rerolls.
You got one.
Now's the time to use it.
Now's the time to use it. I will.
Reroll depleted and cleared. You hold it down, but it was definitely rising. You're up and it's all collected up here at the top, and you just breathed in a lot of it. But
Right. I will warn everybody that they may not, you may not keep my wonderful pancakes down. That you might get sick. This is the most horrible smell I've smelled to date. So enter at your own risk. I'll float ahead and see what's in the end of the hallway here.
Sure.
In this alcove area.
And could I have you tell me, what is your passive perception, please?
Passive perception is 22.
22. So you see it well before it happens. Your attention's over here, but there's something moving towards you up along the walls. They're easily clambering up many, many, many legs and feet.
Wow.
And they are coming to be friends with you.
I holler out carrion crawlers.
And that's a generous assessment of what you are calling these out. They've been gorging they may even be a subspecies. They are bloated and massive. Carrion crawlers are a little more aggressive. These are flumphing their way up the walls and over to you. They climb easily, so you are not beyond their reach at the moment. But good news is you are alert enough that maybe you get a chance to act before they do. Could we go ahead and have everybody click their tokens, roll themselves into initiative, and let's find out what's going on. Because what could one more room do? Come on over here, representative. Aww! Creeper, you let me down. Tann.
Yes.
Dahrian's having a rough time in there. It is calling out the warnings, but looks practically green up there. What might you be doing?
Yeah. Would I be able to hit one of them with a firebolt from here?
I would say the one on the far side you've got kind of a shot at.
Okay. I couldn't tell with the corner there. Okay, yeah, I'll go for that guy.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a shot.
Whoop.
You did fine. Could I see some
Nice.
damage, please?
Whoop.
19 points of fiery damage as you send that over. It causes all sorts of terrible things to sizzle off its body, but it's still
Ugh.
moving.
Okay. I think that's it from me? Yes, that's it for me.
Andry.
There's too many things in my way. I cannot get to them. Perhaps you all might want to move. And I will hold my action to go into the room
Okay.
once people move.
Sounds good. Dahrian, as Andry begs to be allowed in, what are you doing?
Okay, so this one here is kind of coming up the wall on the other side. This one is within reach, yes?
Correct.
Okay. I will go ahead and attack it.
How is it?
Certainly may. 24 is a solid hit. 3 plus 5 is 8.
And I will move to here,
You got it.
maintaining my flight.
Sounds good. Tahir.
I am Tahir.
You are Tahir.
I am a wizard, and wizards can teleport.
These are things I believe.
I will teleport. Little puffs of sand just appears, and Tahir goes poof. Tahir lands here. Oh boy, it smells horrible.
Could I get a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, please?
I am an expert in this because I am a wizard.
I believe you.
Wizards are good at these.
They're good enough.
Oh,
Even
good
though you
enough.
sink in and more smell comes up.
I am knee deep in body parts.
You
This is
are.
Not how I thought my day would go. I will draw my attention to this fellow right here with a heavy crossbow and firebolts, and 1-2. At 16 for firebolt, 21 for crossbow.
You got it. Both of those will land. May I see some damage, please?
Total
19
of
and 7,
26.
26. And I have some good news and some bad news. While you have activated my trap card, you did so 1 square in the right direction. As you land and things go squish, you can hear a sizzle, and one of those black puddles on the ground, the flesh starts dissolving, metal sparking, and you look down and find a black puddle just beside you.
The oozes. Oh, I'm fine.
Blitz.
That's it.
What are we doing?
The ooze. All right. I don't know. Blitz will scan the ground and then hit the puddle with a beam of energy.
Let's go ahead and see it.
A guiding bolt.
Oh,
Uh,
big beam of energy. 16's going to hit the puddle. 12 points of damage. That is not the right number of hit points. One moment. I will tell you the effect of that in just 1 second. Blitz, anything else?
Move out of Andry's way. Andry. And can I scooch around here without getting too close to the ooze?
Sure. And I have an important question.
Right.
I know you don't technically need to, but
No
do
nose.
you breathe?
Is that what you're about to ask?
Just about to ask.
Mm-mm.
Didn't wear mine today. Thanks. Sounds good. And where'd you go here? Sorry, the puddle does not have the number of hit points that I had on my list here. Else it would be a much more problematic issue. But it does have some. And it's still alive. Okay.
All right, and then the pup hit the worm on the northeast wall with little bark and rend.
Ooh, absolutely. Jumps up,
Which
is
one
able to
of
get
you
a
guys?
jaw on it. 7 points of damage there. Blitz and Bowser,
that's
anything
good.
else?
No more for now.
Now, that is going to bring up our enemies. Enemy number 1, Black Puddle, reaches out and takes a swipe at Tahir. Tahir, 7, I think, is just going to flat out miss you.
Sure will.
But it oozes around and wants to be your friend. Tahir,
Hello.
this
That's
thing
a big
flumping
bug.
along the ceiling just lets go and comes down at you. Tentacles, mouth, all sorts of nonsense happening. Tentacle number 1, Tahir. 7.
Nothing will miss.
What? Tentacle number 2, 24.
Can't get past that.
Can I get a Constitution saving throw? DC is 14.
And since I teleported with my blessing of the Raven Queen, I have resistance to all damage for this turn, so I take
Ooh,
2 points
2 points.
of that. And as we have firmly established, I am a wizard, and
You
I'm
are.
very good at Constitution saving throws. Just not in this moment.
Not at that moment, which unfortunately leaves you paralyzed as the bite comes around. Bite at advantage. 19.
Yep, that hits.
And as you are paralyzed, that will be a crit. So it will do an extra.
As we firmly established with the blessing of the Raven Queen, this is all half damage.
That will be 21 cut in half to 10. And can I get another DC 14 Constitution saving throw as disease might rack your body?
As we have firmly established, I am a wizard who is very good at Constitution saving throws.
You are good enough at the moment. At the far side, we have a carrion crawler who is up on the wall. There are some things about. Thing number 1, a tentacle lashes out towards Andry, being the biggest target at the moment. Andry, a 23 for 7 points of poison damage. And can I see a DC 14 Constitution saving throw, please? You pass and are not paralyzed. Other tentacle lashes out towards Dahrian, the flyer. Dahrian, 19, I think, misses you.
Correct.
With neither target paralyzed, it will go back for the meaty Andry with a bite. Bite. Oh, 5. Come on. Tann, what do we got?
Tann is quite content where he is. So he is just going to... he's going to... Let's do another firebolt. Yeah, firebolt.
Pew, pew. That'll hit.
Sweet.
9 points of damage. You're going for the far one, right?
Oh, yeah, I should have told you. Yeah,
Okay.
this one here. Sorry about that.
It just pops, like goo comes out, little body parts. It's not okay.
Oh, it's worse every time. All right. So, sorry, bro. And I guess I'll take a step further, and that's it.
Okay, like you're inching your way forward, and that smell's just getting stronger. You're not gonna get much closer without starting to face some challenges. Andry, though, I think I need a DC 15 Constitution saving throw from you against that wretched smell. You're fine. And what would you like to do?
It doesn't even smell in here. I will punch this thing that's attacking us.
Okay. Andry, all you can smell is like a happy puppy fart. Like, it's just an overwhelming smell, but it's a happy puppy. 23 is gonna hit. 8 is damage. 28's gonna crit. 12 is
that's unfortunate.
plenty. Oh no, 12 is not plenty. It is still a critter. Andry, anything else?
Do I have anything else?
Do not know.
I will grapple this monstrosity.
I believe in you. Yes, you do. It's like, Garr! It's not a good thing to hug.
Okay, and I am going to move over here with it.
Oof.
So I think the only place, yeah, I could go there.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sorry, Dahrian.
Dahrian is going to Sacred Flame the ooze.
Sacred Flame the ooze. Dexy Chexy. 14 takes the damage. 7 points. It is still an ooze, but not much of one. Little bubbly puddle.
That's it.
Got it. Tahir.
I appear to be in a position I'd rather not be in.
This big wormy dude? Little bubbly dude?
I'm paralyzed.
You are paralyzed. You get to roll a saving throw, though.
As a wizard, who is very good at this stuff,
You are no longer paralyzed, but that was your turn.
I'm free!
Blitz!
All right, let's saw this worm in half.
Let's
Gonna
saw
start the
this
little
one.
buzzsaw blade spinning in his hand, and then hold it up to it. Get a couple hits here. Or
12 is not going to do. No player rerolls, but a 21 will.
yeet.
7 points of damage. It's still a worm. Blitz, anything else?
Bowser run up and try to bite a little piece that I just sawed off there.
Woof. 20's a hit. 5 is damage. But it's still a worm.
And that's it.
Got it. At that point, Carrion Crawler, we're going to go for Tahir. Tahir? Tentacle, Tahir. Wait a second. No, we're not. We're being grappled. Andry, Tentacle. Crit
Disadvantage.
From
Bowser.
Bowser disadvantage. Well done. Bowser disadvantage 17. Does that hit Andry?
Nope.
No.
Misses.
No hit. Tentacle number 2. No disadvantage this time, I think. A pair of 19s? But-
Yeah, but that I'm going to activate my storm rune,
Okay.
and the damage, or the cloud rune, sorry, the damage can go on the slime.
So same attack roll. Regards. Wow, regardless of the attack's range. Rough day. Slime gets hit. Slime, are you immune to poison? You sure aren't. Bubbles and
picture how that
huddles
works.
away. So I think basically he just grabs the tentacle and like squirts it over towards the slime over his shoulder. But that leaves potentially open for the bite. Bite coming in, Andry. 17?
That misses.
Misses. Tann.
Sorry.
What do we
Like
got?
fake frosting.
I, God, I'm going to do another. I'm gonna, let's go Toll of the Dead. On the last guy.
Sounds
can I get
good.
a Wisdom saving throw?
I can try.
Thank you.
I don't think a 3's going to be enough. So how about some damage? Look at that, 17 points of damage. And that is it. This one just kind of shakes and falls over instead of that explosive fiery.
Shimmy, shimmy.
Things go quiet in here for a moment. And you get a chance to kind of take a glance around. You don't take a deep breath. But you are able to notice that a few of the bodies near the northern wall have apparently got no clip enabled. There is an illusion going on over here. There's a hallway to the north.
Dang hackers with their god mode enabled. Not cool. At least we know about it now.
They ruined the fun for everyone else.
I do want to fly to here.
Mhm.
Get a better look at what I'm seeing as far as these desecrated statues.
Sure. The statues that you see are in an antechamber to the north, south, and west. Circular niches, each 15 feet wide. In each one sits a white marble statue depicting a once proud male human adorned in plate armor. The statues have been desecrated with blood, and deep gouges have removed their features. At the foot of the north statue sits a nondescript wooden box. Could I get, I would think maybe perception, investigation, religion to kind of narrow down depending on what angle you're taking towards this. Or any of your other skills as you wish to apply them. You would guess these are likely to be either Lions of Mitra or Mitra himself. They're sort of in that style. You can see indications of the lion head, regalia, but it's all been chipped away. One of them has a mace, other has a long sword, but again, you're just basically getting a little bit of pommel and crosspiece before everything else is kind of broken away there. And that little wooden chest there. Little wooden box.
Yeah. The statue, I mean, do they look to be the same statue?
No, they're definitely different statues.
Okay.
But enough of they're in different poses, wearing and carrying different things. But enough of their features have been chipped away that you can't really tell what was supposed to be different about them. But one is definitely holding what was probably a sword. Another one was holding what was probably a mace. Their poses are a little bit different. But, anything that could be broken off has been.
Okay.
Would it be possible to use mending to fix them?
If you had the pieces.
Yeah.
There's definitely no sign of the pieces around here.
Well,
I'm confused.
there's a lot of floor, and a lot of that floor is covered by bodies and meat. So you're pretty sure you know where it is.
Meat.
How much time do you want to spend excavating?
I
This seems like a good place to rest.
You know, that is not a bad idea. And Tahir is gonna walk through all the viscera and nastiness, just prestidigitate himself off clean. And I'm just gonna close this door,
Okay.
and I will lock it.
Okay. There's no lock on the door, so do you have a arcane lock or other effect?
Nope, I
Okay.
do not.
Okay, so you close the door. You make your way back.
Squish, squish,
Up
squish.
and down.
I will plop myself in the middle
Hmm.
of this nice area, pull out the book, and once again, start casting Tiny Hut.
So as they sort of settle down and everybody's kind of moved in to that area, a quick question for the party. You've all been adventuring for a little while in here. Would any of you consider your alignments to be evil at this time?
No.
I think you all probably qualify as good. And as you're sort of like sitting there, hunkering down, like the smell is over there, you're like, come on Tahir, get this thing done. Even before that happens, just a little bit, you feel just a little residual energy passing through you, and each of you regain 2d6 plus 2 hit points. And any diseases and any afflictions that were upon you fade away. You feel a little bit better.
Huh.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does this affect the dog too?
I was wondering that too.
You pull the dog
Oh.
out and you look at him. I mean, he's maybe drooling a little less than he was, and I mean, you didn't really notice any mange or diseases on him at the time, but he looks okay. He looks healthy. Healthy little guy. Just hanging
Well,
there.
healthy's good.
Do we each roll the 2d6?
Yep,
plus two?
2d6 plus 2, you got it.
Right.
And in time, the 10 minutes or so pass, and the bubble rises, and as the bubble rises, it kind of pushes that smell out, and you get a little patch of fresh air for yourselves.
What about the box?
It's just sitting over there to the north.
Am I the only one that thinks there's a mimic, or is that just me?
I could throw a ball bearing at it, see if it sticks.
Ooh! Good idea.
Take out one of the ball bearings from my bag and just go a little flick.
The flick, and it hits the box. I mean, if you just give it a little flick, it just kind of like dunk, ding, 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 and kind of rolls back towards you a little bit.
Seems okay. I'm gonna give it another little lob. It's harder. see if that's what it needs.
Lob a little harder. Ding, 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 ding.
Not a mimic. We're all right.
Is it trapped?
I have no idea.
The ball bearing
That's good.
reveals no
Yeah.
trap.
The ball bearing says no.
You're getting ball bearings all in my spell book. Come on.
Is it? Is the box
Oh,
adorned with anything? Is there any like carvings on it or anything, or is it just kind of just a plain
It's
wooden box?
It was probably nice. At one point, it's well made. You know, the lid matches the sides, but it's very just there. Just a little wooden box.
Does it look like an alms box or like a what's the word? I forget the word for it, but where they like a reliquary type thing.
No,
Is it a reliquary box?
it's too
like a donation box or something?
Yeah.
even a humble one of those would have some indication of what it was for. There'd be a slot. There'd be some sort of indication. This is almost preternaturally plain. It's almost hard to pay attention to it. Like
And yet we all sit in a circle around looking at it.
you're all sitting there sticking at it, but you're like, well, like maybe like that edge is a little rounder than that edge, and you're like, no, they're not. It's just they're like, is that a little higher than? No, it's just kind of there, like.
It's my.
It's like what? It's like what color is your coffee table? Your coffee table's kind of maybe brownish, reddish, beigeish. Does it have inlay? You don't know, but you have a coffee table, right? This is kind of like that.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? It's too normal.
Why is this box so normal?
I
It's
will
just the normal.
I will move up to it.
Wait.
What?
Blitz doesn't breathe.
That's true.
Maybe we all go inside the bubble. That'll protect us from anything that comes out of the air, right?
Should. Yeah.
It should, yes.
And since he doesn't breathe, if it's full of gas.
Are you just saying that Blitz is nothing more than a tool for us to exploit, just for the fact he doesn't breathe?
I mean, if you want moral support, man, I'll go with you. I don't need to breathe either. There's something about my breathing that got all messed up after I got brought back to life. I don't know what happened. But yeah, nothing just smells the same anymore. I always got this kind of stuffle up in my nose, and yeah. I don't know, man. Out of character, it's my deathless nature.
Little did you know that they were halfway through the embalming process. The brain is dislodged and like hanging down in your sinuses.
There's like half a brain in there. That's why he's like, huh. But yeah, if Blitz, if you want me to go with you, I'll go with you. In the event of gas.
Just a suggestion before you take the box. Say like a prayer of thanks to Mitra.
This seems appropriate.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to know is, are these statues about Mitra? Because I always thought that Mitra's fist just used his fist. That's why I used my fist.
Well, I think it's just the name of the town.
Yeah. Yes, I believe that this was once a temple to Mitra.
Interesting.
They have desecrated the statuary, and they have desecrated the
on that
area by putting all of these bodies in here, because it would be counter to his teachings and such.
On that point,
they filled the temple of Mitra with raw meat.
Oh.
That's right.
What?
Correct. That is correct.
I'm trying to think back to the former words of the recently departed. Why would a temple of Mitra be in the Tower of Set?
I don't think we are in the Tower of Set.
Not anymore, at least.
Correct.
Mm.
This whole this whole area there was a Tower of Mitra, and there was a Tower to Set.
Yes.
Both
were collapsed.
Correct, and there were temples and such like that, and their battles or whatever caused a cave in and everything was buried. So my assumption would be that there were portions of the area that were dedicated to Set. You have portions of the area that were dedicated to Mitra, and we have found a place that was once dedicated to Mitra that the Setites came in and desecrated, because they have obviously kind of taken over the whole town. And they had 300 years to excavate various places, and this is one of the things that they found, so they desecrated.
It could
Whether it's
explain-
true or not, I don't know. But I mean, that's
I mean, there was a path up to the north of here that's still of unearthed stone. Maybe it's, as you said, an excavation site. Maybe this is part of the former town.
yes. I would say, yeah. I mean, I think probably the place to the north was, being that it's connected to this temple area, that it's probably a continuation of perhaps desecrated sites to Mitra or whatever. But we may not have to be as wary as we've been. I mean, I think they did this, but if there was an illusory wall or whatever, and then you've got an area that's connected to a consecrated place to Mitra, it's likely we may find more stuff of Mitra to the north.
And so as this conversation is passed, a little time, the bubble's up. We get that wooden chest over there. Are we going for that wooden chest before the potential short rest hour passes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's going for the chest?
Blitz will open it once everyone else is hiding.
And remember, there seems to be, at least through all of this desecration, I think we all felt that Mitra still had some touch here.
I felt a warm and fuzzy.
Correct. So I would definitely, before you do anything with that, say a prayer to Mitra. I don't want you to forget.
Sure. Blitz, can I get
I
a
think
religion?
Andry would also be saying a prayer inside the tiny hut.
Sure.
You said roll religion, you said?
Religion, please. You're doing some praying. You got Andry backing you up, so you can have advantage on this one.
It adds nothing to it, but I think Tann at this point would be praying too.
I'm also praying.
Yeah.
Everybody's hunkered down. Everybody's like giving it some thought. Blitz, you offer that prayer. You duck down. You kind of look up at this statue, and you know it was a fighter. I mean, he's built. He's got a mace like in perfect clonking on your head style. But go ahead and open up that box, and inside you see a scroll tied with a little silken sash or scarf. The parchment's old. It's aged 300-400 years at least. It's been sitting here. It's got that crinkle to it. It was leather, or it's a parchment, so it was a skin. So with a little care, you can kind of unroll it and open it up. Inside, there's a depiction, sort of a map or a sketch of a circular room. There are dots going around the outside, making concentric circles in the room. You recognize the arcane symbology there. The outermost ring, there's only a few of them down towards the bottom. Lightning or electricity, shocking, something along those lines. A little bit further in, kind of the next, or in the first full concentric circle, that's a fire elemental flame sort of look. No, sorry, that is the innermost ring is the fire. The middle one is some sort of mix between the two, a fire and a cooling, paralyzation. So lightning, paralyzation, fire in concentric circles. And then in the middle, common tongue, old writing style. It reads Omphalos, Omphalos. That's a word.
Blitz will not say that word out loud at this time. Does it seem to be a spell scroll, or is it like it's...
No, it's at one point it must have been heavily inked, to stand the passage of time. but it appears to be more like a map.
Okay.
Omphalos, it's a casualty with an umph.
And you said there was some symbology on it. What was it like? It was, you said fire, the name in the middle, and then some like.
So
like-
the dead center is Omphalos. Then
okay.
there's concentric circles going out, and those concentric circles indicate lightning, paralyzation, and then fire.
Oh, okay, I see. Got it. Okay.
Okay. Concentric circles, by the way, means it's like a dartboard. Right?
It's like a dartboard.
I just
Yeah.
looked that up. Blitz knew that without having to look it up.
And
Yeah, it's a
All right. Yeah.
as I'm assuming you're bringing this back to the party, could I get an Arcana as well, please? From
I
whoever
will
would
help,
like to.
or I will help,
Also
or I
advantage?
can lead.
Either way.
All right. And a
Uh,
little guidance as well. Oh, you should lead. Yes. Guidance
so I
on you
mean,
then.
help and guided.
Mm-hmm.
Oop.
Or I guess I have to do one or the other, right? Guidance.
I think I heard a help
Oop,
advantage.
No.
That's okay. 15. So Tahir, once you get your hands on the map, you identify a set of glyphs that were hidden, basically printed in the absence of pigment, representing blindness between the paralysis and the fire. So at the finish of your inspection, you see lightning on the outside, paralysis, blindness, fire, and then in the dead center, Omphalos.
Alright. I'm gonna make it myself now. I'm just gonna do lines in terms of the order towards the center. First one is lightning, you said.
Lightning.
Out in.
Out in.
Second is fire.
Paralysis.
Oh, paralysis, thank you. Third,
Then
you said would be
blindness.
blindness.
And then fire.
Fire.
And then Omphalos.
Oh, fire's in the middle?
Fire's in the middle.
Oh, I mean, not the middle, but like the. Okay. For some reason, I got fire and lightning flipped around.
And I think I will prep a handout for this one for next week, so we have a depiction on that. I'll share that with you.
Okay, cool.
You, I recognize
Blitz
what the word Omphalos means.
Oh, I think that might need a history check, and it's going to be a tricky one.
I will assist.
Certainly
with
may.
that.
I'm quite good at this.
26.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, yeah.
that's a pretty good one. So casting your name back, Omphalos is the name of a guardian spirit, not quite a deity, but a guardian presence. The exact detail isn't available to you, but it's sort of like recognizing, one of the names of one of the choirs. It's definitely a spirit of legend, a guardian, but the exact detail isn't quite there.
Well,
Is he good? Is he
if he is
on our
a
side?
servant of Mitra in this temple, it could possibly well be. Can't be for certain for sure, but a guardian spirit typically is good to those who worship it or worship who they follow. But I think it's best for whoever our spellcasters to prepare accordingly based on what their requirements are. Maybe some sort of magic requires to be able to activate whatever this may be. I have the capabilities of doing fire and lightning myself. I don't have any paralysis or blindness with it.
And Omphalos is written in the middle?
Omphalos
Of
is
the
dead
ring?
center. Yep. Omphalos is the bullseye.
Definitely something to meditate on.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So, as we do that, I've got a couple of roles to ask for as we close out this evening. And that's going to be our batch as you try and get a long rest in here. Now you do have a couple of piles of squishy bodies, a closed door, and a little bubble. But you did leave some evidence of your passage. There's some denuded skeletons kind of leading, from one spot to another. As Blitz was sizing up, does this one look better on me? Does that one look better on me? Project Runway happened a little bit there. So, could I have from the party?
Well, the mirror was right there.
I mean, it was right there. It is a fitting room. Could I have from the party 2d6s to see if the short rest triggers? We would like to not see a 1 here.
I'll go next.
3, 6, short rest achieved. So we will have at least the benefits of a short rest. We now need 7 more d6s to get a full uninterrupted long rest without seeing a 1 come up. So if we have volunteers to start off our 7 d6s, avoiding that 1. 5, 4.
One more, and
3,
I think
2. 1 more, clear, long rest achieved.
Nice. You did it.
The party has done well on their long rest odds. So they may take the benefits of a long rest, restoring hit points, spell slots, etc. They will cycle their bubble a few times as they hunker down in here and remain relatively undisturbed. Somewhere above, some acolytes are sending Father Cornelius on his way. Time to go to bed, Cornelius. Go on. Scoot, scoot. And so, thank you very much for playing with us for the Dark Tower. We've been 20 Says to Every Story. We've been working our way through the original Adventures Reincarnated upcoming release by Goodman Games of the Dark Tower. We've been having some fun with the content, both core and bonus. And if you like what we've been doing, feel free to swing by the Discord, check out what we're doing. That's where we recruit for all kinds of cool games and stuff. There was a question posed a little bit earlier. Dawson, is Tahir just Dawson? Roadkiller asks.
I mean, Tahir can be whatever you want him to be.
So.
Wait, are you saying that Dawson can cast Fireball?
I mean, just give me a can of some aerosol spray and a lighter, I'm all set.
Don't try this at home, kids. So, thanks everybody for hanging out. I know we've got some upcoming games and some interesting events. I think there's a DCC happening tomorrow or Saturday. And we've also got our holiday events going on. So, if you are interested, the Mingle and Jingle is coming up. Swing by. And Alex, thanks for keeping an ear on us. If you are ready, feel free to toss us over to whoever may be hanging out for a raid. Thanks, everybody. We will be back soon to see what they do with that mound of meat just a little bit over there.
So gross.
Thanks, everybody. Night.
Night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you.
And
Happy holidays.
yeah.